you doing tonight? I saw your face in the candlelight across the room, and I wanted to know. Yeah, I wanted to know. Well, I'm anxious to know if you dance with me. Put on those dancing shoes, grab my hand, let's dance, let's get this ballroom rocking tonight. Clear the floor so we can do this right. We will dance till we got holes in our souls. Let's get this ballroom rocking tonight till the moon fades out and the sun's inside. We will dance till we hear hello, are you doing alright? I am doing just fine. I could dance all night. Did you come alone? I just want you to know you don't have to be alone if you dance with me. Put on those dancing shoes, grab my hand, let's dance, let's get this ballroom rocking tonight. Clear the floor so we can do this right. We will dance till we got holes in our souls. Let's get this ballroom rocking tonight till the moon fades out and the sun's inside. We will dance till we hear a hush. Put on those dancing shoes, grab my hand, let's dance, let's get this ballroom rocking tonight. Clear the floor so we can do this right. We will dance till we got holes in our souls. Let's get this ballroom rocking tonight till the moon fades out and the sun's inside. Let's get out, girl, I'm taking you home. Hello, how you doing tonight? I saw your face in the candlelight across the room, and I wanted to know. Yeah, I wanted to know. Well, I'm anxious to know if you dance with me. Put on those dancing shoes, grab my hand, let's dance, let's get this ballroom rocking tonight. Clear the floor so we can do this right. We will dance till we got holes in our souls. Let's get this ballroom rocking tonight till the moon fades out and the sun's inside. We will dance till we hear hello, are you doing alright? I am doing just fine. I could dance all night. Did you come alone? I just want you to know this ballroom rocking tonight. Clear the floor so we can do this right. We will dance till we got holes in our souls. Let's get this ballroom rocking tonight till the moon fades out and the sun's in sight. Let's get out, girl, I'm taking you home. Hello, how you doing tonight? I saw your face in the candlelight across the room, and I wanted to know. Yeah, I wanted to know. Well, I'm anxious to know if you dance with me. Put on those dancing shoes. Grab my hand. Let's dance. Let's get this ballroom rocking tonight. Clear the floor so we can do this right. We will dance till we got holes in our souls. Let's get this ballroom rocking tonight till the moon fades out and the sun's in sight. We will dance till we hear hello, are you doing alright? I am doing just fine. I could dance all night. Did you come alone? I just want you to know you don't have to be alone if you dance with me. Put on those dancing shoes. Grab my hand. Let's dance. Let's get this ballroom rocking tonight. Clear the floor so we can do this right. We will dance till we got holes in our souls. Let's get this ballroom rocking tonight till the moon fades out and the sun's in sight. We will dance till we hear a hush. Put on those dancing shoes. Grab my hand. Let's dance. Let's get this ballroom rocking tonight. Clear the floor so we can do this right. We will dance till we got holes in our souls. Let's get this ballroom rocking tonight till the moon fades out and the sun's in sight. Let's get out, girl, I'm taking you home.
What is up, guys? How's everyone doing? Sorry, I'm screaming into the microphone. Before we get started, I just wanted to talk about the true ending of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Not Rebirth, sorry, Return. Javier made this sick graphic, and I thought you guys would appreciate it. We all know that Shinra, the electric power company, makes these awesome attachments for gun arm owners. Jolie says, "Oh yeah, you can bet I'm here for this." What's up, Tiger Eye? We're talking about some goofy stuff before we get into tactics, but we'll get there. Don't you worry. But yeah, so as you can see, the level of detail. In the background, I have it on the TV as well. But we're taking a good hard look at this. What's going to happen for Barrett? You know, so the true ending of this re-trilogy, we're going to have Barrett getting a cake beater attachment arm from our friend Izo. He's going to be very involved in the final entry. We're probably going to see Izo probably just as much as Cloud. Andrew John Bennett says, I thought Barrett usually kept his cake around back. Jolie says, and Javier, you're a good graphic designer. Props. Yeah, you are good. It actually looks pretty good, right? Yeah, Javier is a graphic designer. And other things. What else are you, Javier? You're so cool. He sent this to me on Twitter, and we had to share it. No AI, just good old-fashioned Photoshop. I can see the arm like that you know, turn down here. It's good. As a fellow Photoshop connoisseur, I appreciate it. It's quite good. Yeah, see, he's getting the batter all over, but this is going to be one sick cake. I can tell that it's legit custom. Bravo. See, it's good. It's good to see kind of the, you know, if it's AI now takes away this from people that do this, you know. So it's good to see a little bit of the lassoing, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Well, hey guys, how's everyone doing? Sepa Gaming, how you doing? Ecto Gamut, Mr. Bigglesworth. if Iza was on the part 3 box art, you just know he'll be able to be in at least 10 minutes of gameplay. We're gonna be able to play as Izo, guys. Just like Jolie always wanted. Anyway, so yeah, shout out to Javier for making this. It made me laugh. Make it happen, Square. No, the truth is this is not gonna happen. Izo's gonna be, maybe he'll be in it like in passing, but I don't even think he'll get voiced. The voice actor, whoever voiced Izo, is not returning for part 3. That's what I think. Tiger Eye's doing his dailies while tuning in. Awesome. What MMO do you play, Tiger Eye? If it's 14, that's cool. If it's something else, that's cool too. And I've got the water bottle back. I drank like all the way down to 3 p.m. So it starts at 7 a.m. What is that? That's a good amount. Last time I had to go to the bathroom really bad. But Dungeon Fighter Online. Okay, cool. But we got something else to look at here too, guys. Check it out. I'll zoom out so we can see chat here. But we can get a little we can get a little bit personal if we want to get up and close and read some of this stuff. Mr. Bigglesworth sent me the definitive timeline infographic of what we know so far, the ending of Rebirth. Things get a little spicy here, guys. So if you don't want to be spoiled on somebody's take on the internet about what's happening, then come back in an hour and a half. Oh, the timeline of all the plot threads Square Enix is going to leave us with the end of part 3. Yes, Alyssa, this is all the timelines. Jolie says, oh man, if a story needs this kind of breakdown, no, just no. Yeah, and that's kind of our point, right? If the story needs all this stuff, then it's not going to land with people that aren't permanently online or in Reddit. In this case, it looks like we'll give credit to Reckless Avatar. Looks like that's watermarked by them. So this is their breakdown. But yeah, I agree with Jolie. If you need this kind of breakdown, then you're missing something. It's fun for people that like want to know this stuff, but this is like the most important thing that the story's trying to get across. So if this isn't if like some of your most impactful moments in the story rely on a chart like this, then it's a failure, right? You can have something like this if it's like, let's delve deeper. And that was really like a wink and a nod, cute thing that you did. But this relies on the entire like premise of the whole re-trilogy. So that's what we're talking about, how it's pretty confusing right now. So if part 3 doesn't clear this all up, then it's not going to be great. Javier says, we need to custom the words on the water bottle, laugh out loud, change the timestamps. Oh, there you go. Rant Cam 1, Ram Lita Forever, Play Tactics, Rant Cam 2, etc. When I'm done drinking a certain amount, that's when we jump into Rant Cam. No, man, it just flows naturally. We'll see. It's not determined on how much water I drink. But anyway, so yeah, let's take a look at this, and if you guys have any thoughts, we're not going to take a long time on this, but Mr. Bigglesworth sent this over, and I think it might be fun to take a look at. But just so you know, the live stream, right? Anything that's like in this Mako colored teal, it encompasses everything. It circles the whole thing, right? You got live stream here. You got Sephiroth and Ultimate Aerith. Okay, now I had another thought about this, right? Ultimate Aerith. If you, I don't know, like, okay, Ultimate Aerith or OG Aerith. People don't know. Is this the Aerith that existed in the other one? Exists in the live stream, fighting Sephiroth through the world, right? Is that made clear to people that have never played the OG? Is it even clear for people that have played the OG? I don't know. But we're talking about, if we want to kind of break it down easily, the way they have it structured is, this is the main world. These are the games that we've been playing so far, right? This is like where we spend most of our story. Let me move it over here. The main world, right? The Beagle universe. This is like, where Remake takes place. So in the Beagle universe, you've got Cloud and Aerith, but as we see in Rebirth, Aerith talks about her materia, her white materia being clear, right? Then you've got these other worlds. These are Zack's worlds here, okay? These are all the different dogs that we've seen. We've seen the Terrier, the Pug, the Shiba universe, and the Spitz universe, right? Apparently, these are all certain things at the end. So at the end of Rebirth, you've got like Zack's shenanigans where he's running off and doing all sorts of who knows what, right? Zack from the Terra universe is looking for a way to cure Cloud's fate. It is unknown. Okay, are they gonna answer that? Who knows? Or is it just gonna be like Zack's doing a bunch of different things in different places? This Terrier universe is the first chip bag that we saw when Zack survived the fight as he's heading to Midgar. Zack from the Pug universe is trying to save Biggs. Fate is unknown. Okay. In these two universes, Cloud and Aerith are asleep. And I'm assuming this means that all the Zack worlds are where like the rest of the party is dead, except for these two. I don't know why it splits off into this many. Doesn't make any sense. Let's just make it more convoluted, Square. That's a good idea. The Shiba universe, okay? So the Shiba universe has a little arrow down. Let's take a look, guys. In the Shiba universe, Zack encounters Sephiroth outside the Sector 5 church. You see this at the end, right? And Zack's like, hey, Sephiroth, I'll take you on. And he gets his sword and he's going to fight him. And Sephiroth's like, I'm not here for you. And with a slash of his sword and a flurry of whispers, Sephiroth opens a portal into a void that Zack falls into. Zack falls into the void surrounded by dark whispers and rainbow glow. The white whispers free Zack, and he, being in between worlds, presumably in the live stream, follows the petals, wandering through the live stream, and Zack finds Cloud, right? And this is where Cloud and Zack team up to fight Sephiroth at the end of the Rebirth fight. Let me see what you guys are saying here. Alice says, but I'm still going to buy it anyways, see for myself because they got me. Yeah, but there's no definition of what the live stream is. Yeah, everything's just encompassed in the live stream. Don't ask questions. Just consume product. That's like from Red Letter Media. Don't ask questions. Just consume product and then get excited for next product. Ultimate Aerith may or may not have known about everything happening in the OG, but it's like just the fact that there's a term called Ultimate Aerith is kind of dumb. Like they haven't that's like a fan definition for something that only like because it's so nonsensical, they have to make up these terms, right? We have to say that there's this person called Ultimate Aerith, right? That's like pulling the strings or making things happen, right? For example, in the Spitz universe, Ultimate Aerith and Cloud One move into their bodies in this universe. I don't know when this happens, if this is like the date, right? That they go on and that's at the end of Rebirth. So like Ultimate Aerith transfers into the body of Aerith that Zach's been helping, and Cloud gets shifted into there. And then Aerith, after the date, gives her holy materia to Cloud, right? And then Aerith sends Cloud back into the Beagle universe, thus restoring the white materia. Okay. So people that say that it's not deviating that far from the original, this whole stuff is like not part of the original. The original, if you like, I haven't played it, but I've seen like the cutscenes or whatever. But when Aerith dies, her white materia falls out and it's white. It never goes clear. This is all like a re-trilogy type thing, right? So they have to make up this whole nonsensical thing just to say like there's someone else pulling the strings, Ultimate Aerith or some other type of Aerith who knows what's happening. Because right, if you can see this right here, this is when she pushes Cloud back through the portal, and he's got the white materia, right? And he goes back. Now it's back to the game that we're playing, and now Aerith has the white materia. Okay. Cloud gives Aerith one, white materia gets an empty one in return. Okay. You guys confused yet? We having a good time? Love it. Let's see. Alyssa says OG Aerith also may or may not have known about the events of the OG, but that was left up to the player interpretation. It's left up to no one if you don't understand any of this stuff. Sure, like if you're always online, but do you think that people understand this stuff? They don't. Next stream, I want to react to a video. I don't know if you guys know MinMax. They're like one of the larger gaming Patreons out there. It's led by Ben Hansen, and he was like the former video producer or editor at Game Informer, and then he was also like the lead host of the Game Informer show. He's started his own thing called MinMax, and Ben Hansen is like a Final Fantasy VII super fan. It's his favorite game. He like loves these remakes dearly, right? But they do a Game of the Year debate every year, and when the Game of the Year debate about Rebirth, when they came out, he's like the only person who like loves Rebirth, and then the rest of the co-hosts are all people who didn't play the original. And I want to play that for you guys if you haven't heard it or whatever, because I want you to understand what people who have never played the original and do not have nostalgia for this series feel about the storytelling in Final Fantasy VII remake or re-trilogy. I don't want to show you this just to like be like a downer and be like, see, people don't get what's going on. But I mean, I kind of want to show you that. But to be fair, I've never played the original. I got stuff through osmosis through Jolie, but and I'm enjoying the games. My most anticipated game is Part 3. But a lot of people online saying that people understand all of this. I think they're lying. Sorry, I think you're lying if you think you understand all of this. I don't think you know. Love whoever put this together. Where you at? Reckless Avatar. But we don't even know if this is real. We don't even know if they're right. This is just someone who, has their own theories. Anyway, okay. So we're at the Forgotten Capital. Let's keep going, guys. Let's get through this infographic. Destiny's Crossroads. Cloud goes through the barrier of whispers alone. There is a chance to defy fate. We think, right? So at the Forgotten Capital, Aerith's praying at the end. And Cloud goes through the barrier by himself, right? The white whispers are like trying to prevent him, but you've got like You've got like Barrett and the crew here, Vincent, you got Red, you know, Yuffie, and like Cloud's the one who goes through. Aerith is praying. We know this guy, Sephi, he has plans to get her, but apparently in the game that we play, according to this graphic, see, I'm not saying that this is law or that we know, but it gives us an idea of like trying to make sense of the ending of Rebirth. Cloud is failing. Fate has not been changed, right? When you're pulling on the triggers and you block Sephiroth's blade, this is the main universe that we've been playing in so far. This is where like the rest of the party are right now. So this is where Barrett, Tifa, Yuffie are all at. Aerith is dying. That's where we see the blood come out and Cloud holding her, but we don't really know definitively, right? But then Cloud deflects Sephiroth's blade and has been changed, and a new universe has been created because, of course it was. We think the universe of saved Aerith, and that's represented by the rainbow outline. See, and we haven't met the dog that represents that universe yet, so we just have a big fat question mark. Aerith loses consciousness, and this is where his mind's shifting in between the two, and we see some with blood and some with not, right? It's as good of an explanation as we're going to get, but we don't know if it's true. Let me catch up with you guys. Javier says, but Alyssa, according to the maiden who travels the planet, she did laugh out loud. Mr. Bigglesworth said, I think the chart accurately draws lines between the cutscenes we see in order to see them. Yeah, I mean, I think it makes sense of the cutscenes that we see, but we can't definitively say that this is true. This isn't from the developers, right? But it's a good breakdown. But how that fits in the changing fate, we won't know until part 3. Maybe it was used to ensure the original timeline and fate could still be followed. Too many games to play, Alyssa. I'm playing Blasphemous 2 and starting Alan Wake 2. I reached the beginning of the open world in Final Fantasy VII OG, and I know it's not clear and easy to get lost. Okay. Oh, the person or even people who did this did a great job, Mr. Bigglesworth. Yeah, it's fun to go through, right? So not very drawn to continue right now. I'm just saying Square Enix will probably produce one far more complicated and make more money. Yeah. Okay. But like I said, you don't take this all with a grain of salt because we don't know if this is true. Anyway, as a result of Cloud's actions, the fabric of space-time between universes becomes paper thin. Cloud is in a superposition. He sees both universes at the same time. Now we're talking about superposition. That's like quantum computing level shiz, all right? It's fun to theorize, but like if it doesn't make sense for the common consumer of these games, they're going to feel a certain way about it, and I'll show you next time on stream. Because a lot of people are not going to spend the time and effort to educate themselves on some theory about Cloud in superposition being in both universes at the same time. If you don't know what superposition is, like computing uses zeros and ones, right? But quantum computing uses superpositioning, which means like it can be in between both at the same time. And I'm not going to get into it more than that, but that's a good explanation. Genova Life Clinger boss fight. Okay. After defeating Genova, the characters are surrounded by a rainbow glow. Genova was a calamity long time ago. That fell from the sky and tried to destroy. Genova was a calamity that fell from the sky a long time ago and tried to destroy the planet. I read that wrong. Okay. Now there's that rainbow glow we're talking about. Cloud is transported to the edge of creation. And that's where he meets Zack and fights Sephiroth. Or we have the rest of the party here, which is the Beagle. Look, don't forget. This is still Beagle universe, y'all. The rest of presumably in the Beagle party remain there. And they all see Aerith die, right? Or somewhere between worlds. They don't even know. Or somewhere else, right? Javier says some called that super cloud Omni Cloud. The fact that there's a term called Omni Sephiroth and Omni Cloud is stupid. It's fine if it makes sense in the end, but if it has to be like this weird definition we give it, it's dumb, guys. This is the problem. They have to answer all these questions in one game, and we're going to be doing weird mini games. Don't think that the mini games are going to stop just so they can explain stuff. All right, the Beagle universe. The party without Cloud enters the battle with Sephiroth Reborn. And they're just kind of there. Okay, I don't see. Okay, Beagle universe back here. Edge of Creation. So Zack and them fight together with the swing of Matsumune. Sephiroth splits the universes and sends Zack back into the void. Oh, Zack's gone. He goes to an unknown universe, right? Where Zack emerges from the void, and in an unknown universe, shortly before its collapse, Zack is fighting Sephiroth Reborn. It's in one of these dog timelines. Follow them. The yellow flowers. Is that like at the church? After defeating Sephiroth, the world comes to an end. And at that last moment, Zack is saved thanks to a portal in the floor of the church. So this must be Ultimate Aerith, Omni Aerith that's making this happen. Unknown universe. Later, Zack awakens back in Sector 5 Church, presumably yet in another world. But who can say they can't unity again? I don't know. Maybe it's a dream. Maybe that's not true at all. Maybe he was just sleeping in the church the whole time, guys. I'm kidding. I think this is a good breakdown, but just want to go through it. Okay, cool. Tiger Eyes. Tiger Eyes giving us a good, nice explanation of someone who's only played the original. He says, I've only played the original. This is a convoluted mess. They should take lessons from the writers of Chrono Trigger. Thank you. They should, but they're not. It's fine. Whatever. This is our reality. All right, that's kind of Zack where he ends up. Let's go back to the Edge of Creation after Zack gets split off, but then Cloud hangs out here. After Sephiroth divided the universe, Cloud remains the Edge of Creation, alone, fighting Sephiroth Reborn. Suddenly, white whispers appear at the Edge of Creation. Ultimate Aerith emerges the Rainbow Portal. She helps Cloud defeat Sephiroth. So this is the different Aerith. It's not the Aerith that just died. It's a different Aerith, the Ultimate Aerith that's been around, who gave Cloud the white materia. After defeating Sephiroth, Aerith returns Cloud to his universe. OG Aerith is returning to the live stream. Because OG Aerith is presumably dead. Let's see what you guys are saying. I don't want mini games to be gone. I want some of them to be better or not exist, but definitely not gone. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm teasing because of course the mini games are going to be there, but do you think they're going to be able to answer all these questions and then like have an open world and do all that stuff? I'm just saying that they've painted themselves into a corner, okay? And I like this stuff. Like it's fun going through it, but obviously I have concerns about them being able to wrap this all up and for us to play a game, you know, where we need to have boss fights, where we need to have, you know, mini games, where we need to have, you know, relationship dialogue points, where we need to do all this stuff. And then it's like you need to answer this stuff. Okay. So anyway, this is at the end of Rebirth. Spoilers again, if you're just joining, we're really spoiling someone's interpretation of the ending of Rebirth. After defeating Sephiroth, Aerith returns Cloud to his universe. OG Aerith returns to the live stream. Okay. So look, there's Ultimate Aerith. She's just like floating around in the live stream. Whoops. Not yet, tactics. That'd been funny if it was a different picture. All right. So she's just hanging out there. This is the like craziness that we kind of deal with at the end, right? Beagle universe. Aerith is lying on her side. The entirety party around her. Tifa, Yuffie kneeling over her body, sobbing. There are no whispers present. Because of course there aren't. The next cut shows the aftermath of her water burial, which is not directly depicted in Rebirth. A move that is needed to show that Cloud is confused and does not realize that she is dead. And also lessens the impact of one of the greatest scenes of the OG. Good call on that, Square. Good call on not giving us that moment. The universe has saved Aerith. Aerith is lying on her back. Only Cloud is around her, surrounded by white whispers. Entering the final fight, Cloud places her into the supine position. Okay? Cloud cradles Aerith and asks her to wake up. She does, and they share a smile. Okay? So that's the rainbow one. That's the new one that was created. I know that chat's in the way, but ending and conclusions. In the finale, Cloud discovers the black materia is still in his possession. How did he get it? Does he really own it? Or is it a vision of another timeline? According to Sephiroth, we know the black materia is now just the key to something more. Cloud still stays between worlds, visions. This is his superposition state, right? So now he can see both things. That's why in the final cutscene, he's just kind of like happy. Which is funny because you think if he was in both worlds, he could like see that like there was bad stuff going on too. That Aerith was like dead. Him and he sees it, but he seems pretty jolly. So maybe his superposition self can't comprehend that, you know, they're both. So he's just seeing both at the same time, and he sees Aerith alive. So he's like, whatever. Cloud still stays between worlds. Visions of other universes prevent him from realizing that Aerith from his timeline is dead. For him, she is alive. Returns to the Forgotten Capital. Cloud himself goes north, obeying the call of Genoa cells in his body. And that's the end. Some additional questions and assumptions. How do alternate universes work? Are they as real as the main world? The live stream in this case is similar to the railway tracks on which you can travel between universes. Or are the alternate worlds not quite real and exist inside the live stream? Are they just memories? I don't know. In a gold saucer, you can find chips with the Terrier stamp. Tifa sees two universes from her point of view, with Aerith alive and dead. Has the boundary between the universes become so thin, or is reunion a slow process that we are currently witnessing? Let me catch up with some of you guys. What are you saying? Bigglesworth says that's a superposition. We don't know. It's Beagle, and that's okay to not know everything. Yeah. Jolie, I feel like you should be prepared to be so mad you won't be disappointed. Jolie always lowers expectations for Final Fantasy games, but she's always disappointed in the end. She's prepared to be mad. She says, "I blame Square for all the drama." Yeah, they're doing this on purpose. It's great marketing, but it doesn't make sense to like the common gamer. Like, can we all agree on that? Can we just like? Okay, hang on. I'm switching to rant cam. Can we all agree that this chart and this nonsense is not meant to be understood by the vast majority of players who play your game? And can we also not agree, or can we also agree that this is integral to the plot that they're setting up? So therefore, it's a failure to allow the vast majority of gamers who experience your game to enjoy what you're trying to tell. It's not an addition. It's not, you know, a bonus for those people who play and they're like, oh, this is kind of neat. Like this is the task. This is the challenge that part 3 has in front of itself. Right. And so it's been funny. I've been looking at a lot of people online, and I've come to this realization that if you're on Twitter talking about these things, or if you're on Blue Sky talking about these things, if you're talking about it on YouTube, you're not the person that I'm talking about. You're not the casual gamer that's just enjoying this series. You know, you're like already in the know, because the fact that you would be even discussing all of this means that you have some level of knowledge or interest to research this beyond just playing the games, right? And that's fine. That's like why we have a channel. That's why we can talk about this stuff. But people are attributing like all this whisper nonsense and the different, you know, live stream timelines and everything working out. And they're saying, oh yeah, I'm enjoying it. And my friend said they totally understand it. No, your friend doesn't understand this. Your friend doesn't understand this. I'm sorry, they don't. No one is playing this through the first time and just knows like, oh, that's what's happening. It's fun to think about, and it's fun to kind of go through it step by step together, right? And it kind of makes sense the way this person's laid it out, or people who've done the research. But it doesn't come naturally to those that are playing it. They're left empty and they're left questioning. And so like it's kind of like a YouTuber, video essayist dream to have these people come to them, because it's like, I want to know what's going on, right? And they will just trust anybody that can kind of spell this out, because they are desperate for answers, right? So like, no shade to Subtext, like love his stuff, right? But it's like he puts in the work and he like puts this amazing video out, and it's like, I felt this way, but this is why it's like okay. It's like, I hope that part 3 gives the casual gamer, the person that maybe hasn't played the OG, the ability to feel those emotions while they're playing it. I don't think you should have to go, like I always talk about this, like there shouldn't be required reading or outside research in order to enjoy the story of your game. It can add to the enjoyment, but it shouldn't be required. Additional, not a requirement. So, like people like us that are in the know, that talk about Final Fantasy, all the time. We have a Final Fantasy channel, The unique thing about us is that we're not like video essayists. We're not someone who's like breaking down the stuff. And I love people like that. I really enjoy things like that. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like this game is for them, not for the casual people. So far, I'm open to my mind being changed if they can pull it off and make it make sense. But I just feel like they are so in the weeds right now. And like Tiger I said, he's like, none of this makes sense. I played the original. This is a bunch of gobbledygook, right? Okay, hang on. Let me go back up. Let's see. Oh, you guys have been chatting for a bit. Okay. Let's see. I'm just saying Square Enix will probably produce. Okay, yeah. Omni Cloud we talked about. We should take a lesson from Chrono Trigger. Okay, Javier says, I need Chrono Trigger remastered done by the dudes of Game Kitchen. I don't know Game Kitchen, so I trust you. You're a cool guy, Javier, so maybe you're right. I don't want the mini games to be gone. Yep. People have use the terms Omni-Aerith because Aerith, who appears to have knowledge of events that took place in the OG, right? It's just too wordy. Yeah, Omni-Aerith, it's fine. I know what Omni-Aerith is, right? But I'm just saying the fact that we have to make up a definition for this like outer like this Aerith that doesn't exist in the games that we're playing. We just think we know about her, right? It's like, okay, that's another thing that casual gamers aren't going to get. Joshua Coons, what's up? He says he's actually in Bengal World now, same as the players team. Who? Zach? Yep. We won't know that until part 3, right? So Josh is claiming that Zach has ended up in. Oh, you said, is it Beagle? It says Bengal. Like I'm like a Bengal tiger. You're saying he's in Beagle's world now, okay? I'm like, cool, getting creative. Josh coming up with not a dog. We're just doing tigers now. Have to remember, Cloud will be gone for 2/3 of the next game. That's true, right? He's dealing with his like mental breakdown. They can tease it, but that doesn't mean that it'll actually do it. How do you stop Cloud from coming in so underleveled? While Cloud is gone, the rest of the team moves the story forward. Yeah, this is the stuff that like I don't really know anything about. I know that Cloud's like, because I haven't played the original, but I know of this stuff happening. You have Zack as the default Cloud. There is no stamp shown in that scene, Zack waking up in the church. Therefore, that's helpfully labeled unknown on the chart. Yeah, but the flowers are alive. See, look at you guys just going off. Like, it's fun theories for us, for people that like, this game is for like the video essayists. So this is my big argument, right? When people say they can just consume these games and enjoy them, it's like, yes, you can do that. You can just enjoy the games, because if you turn your brain off and you got hot Tifa like kicking butt, and all the characters are super attractive and they fight big monsters and the combat's fun, sure. you can say that that's fun, but when you whiff, like when you like you miss so hard when it comes to the storytelling of people that don't consume all this stuff, I don't think that's a success. I don't think it makes it interesting for people to talk about online and drum up excitement and marketing for your game. But other than that, I think it's bad storytelling. Now, here's the thing. Like I said, I'm not ragging on this game. Like, I'm still looking forward to it, and I'm hoping that they pull it off. But everything else about the game I enjoy. I love like the character moments. I love the combat. I love, all the silly, funny moments that you have. You're going on an adventure with your friends. Like, that's there. So like I get that people can enjoy it, right? But it just seems like the main plot of the game is targeted towards people that want to write an essay about it and create charts like this. So it's cool if you know, but anyway, Mr. Bigglesworth says, the flowers are alive. Okay, so Javier says, remember the Zack at the end of intermission is missing in action. It could be that the same deal with the church Zack of Rebirth. We don't know until part 3. Mr. Bigglesworth's talking to Josh Coons, says, but that doesn't mean that the Beagle universe, we don't need to fill the unknowns with our assumptions, right? We don't know that the flowers were dead in Beagle versus Midgar. Josh says, all the other worlds, the flowers are dead because Sephiroth kill all other Aeriths, and they are dead worlds or dying worlds. We haven't been there officially since. See, look at you guys just arguing over this stuff. See, to me, it's like cool. Like you guys can argue over all this stuff, but like until it makes sense, I don't really care. Anyway, props to the creator of this chart because it's beautiful and well thought out. But if this is accurate, I'll be so mad in the end. Okay, yeah, Jolie. Why would you be so mad if this was accurate, Jolie? It takes very little thought. It's very easily understood and consumed. People will probably play the third and understand all this, right? Right. Mr. Bigelow is talking to Josh again. That's supposition. We don't know it's Beagle. It's okay to not know everything. It's okay, guys. It's okay. Josh can say it is that, and I don't think anyone knows. So maybe Josh is planting his flag and saying that that's what it is, and that's okay if he is. Who cares? Jolie, I feel that like you should be prepared to be so mad at like me. Okay, I blame Square for all the drama. I'm prepared. I'm thinking logically and made an observation, and I'll still probably be more mad, even though she's preparing herself. She says. Let's see here. Gosh, I'm behind. Okay. Yeah. Alyssa says, I believe it will be exactly the same as the OG with some minor additions. They keep saying that that's what it's going to be. So, okay. I'm going to take them at their word. And added a slight choose your own happy ending tacked on, except for Hamaguchi just talked about how there won't be multiple endings today, or like an interview that came out. I don't know. They're talking out of both sides of their mouths. Buy our game to find out. The only way to know if we're lying or not is to play it. As a big fan of Doctor Who growing up, I'm up for all this. Yeah. But Barry Saxman, Barry Saxman too. Do you think that like most people are up for this? Or do you think that this type of storytelling caters to like more online personality who's more like okay with being in the weeds for Final Fantasy? See, like when you think of a mass product and you want to sell millions of copies, do you think that you hinge the core like story on something this complicated, or do you try to kind of cater to the masses, and then if people want to get this sort of in depth, then you can kind of make it additional, not required? That's my point. Shoshikun says, obviously we won't know until the game comes out. Might get a sneak peek on the trailer. Okay, but I hope that I'm wrong. There is already too many story changes. Yep. Are you an OG fan, Joshua Coons? Is that something that already bugs you, or are you okay with all the shenanigans? I keep calling it the shenanigans. There is and there isn't. Laugh out loud. Javier says, "Will you be less mad if that's the result of the ending, but it has a long cinema display of at least 25 minutes at the end, Jolie?" Because at the end, that's funny. Because the end results are so far the same. Yeah, not just 2 minutes. Haha. Good question, Javier, says Jolie. She's thinking about it. In the meantime, Mr. Bigglesworth says the chart maker does a very good job of identifying the gaps. Yep, filling the assumptions. Yeah, I believe the story beats will be the same, just like remake and remake, but bother change the story. Jolie's answer to Javier says, "I will be happy if the ending makes sense to the common gamer and they give a 25-minute resolution cutscene." that's your requirement for happiness. Javier says, "Sweet and the sorrow, Jolie. Ha ha ha." Alyssa says, "Like I said, socials are not the place to be." Sure, but that's where the conversation's happening, Alyssa. Like, I know that it's like, get off Twitter or whatever. It's like, but that's where people talk about games. Bigglesworth says, "I did not say superposition," laugh out loud. I mean, supposition, meaning, no, I wasn't talking about you. I'm talking about in the chart, it says that Cloud becomes like he's in a superposition, and that's just like quantum computing, sorry, terms or vernacular. Jolie says, "But if they either skip the resolution or if the common gamer is confused at the end, I'll be mad. If it's both confusing and they skip resolution, oh man." Get ready, guys. Separate Gaming says, "Yeah, most of the player not want a puzzle all piece to make understand. Many Soul Gamer doesn't understand the story." Andrew John Bennett comes in. He says, "At this point, there's no reason to keep guessing. Just wait. Guessing only makes people hope for a specific outcome to happen." That's probably like a good take, right? Because then you're not getting charts with all the things and trying to make sense of it. As humans, we just desire it to be so, but and because it's a JRPG, it's always going to be the dumbest answer. That's very fair. It's so funny because like I love all these games, but that's like that's the case, you know. Just gets it's whatever, the power of friendship, right? The meme. But I'm okay. I love it. The thing is, if you go on an adventure with your friends that you love, and if they do good character storytelling and the plot is somewhat understandable, then they can kind of fill in the gaps with the power of friendship anime stuff. But this is a little beyond that, I think. Mr. Bigglesworth says 42 days until the Game Awards and hopefully a part 3 trailer. Yes, we have a countdown running. It's so funny that this is what it's become. But this is like why the marketing's working, because you're counting down the days until the Game Awards comes, right? Until you get that other piece of part 3 announcement. I'm right along with you. I'm totally here for it, but it's like it's working. I'm just calling out their marketing as a little bit bait and switchy. I keep saying it's a little bait and switch because they say one thing, but then they change, and then there's all these different worlds that could be explained a certain way. So it's like, we'll just leave it up to interpretation. Joshua says remake added the Whisperers and the Harbinger, and Zack being alive. Rebirth added different worlds. Aerith possibly dead or alive. The whole story is how the black materia was made, and so much more. Like, I feel like remake already did the different worlds, because at the end we see Stamp differently and the Zack's alive. It's implied that different worlds split off right there, right? I think Rebirth wasted a lot of time telling us kind of nothing, and then they talk about the black materia and they tell us a few things with the Gi and stuff. Like, that was good. I actually kind of like that stuff, because it's like, here's a hot take. Like, I know a lot of people are like, oh, the whole like Seto stuff with Nanaki or whatever in chapter 10 was kind of like overshadowed by the Gi and it interrupts the pacing, and I kind of agree with that. But they finally gave us an answer to like why the black materia or meteors coming, because you have these like alien species that can't return to the life stream and they're just like dead, but they're the undead. They're like, we just want to kill the planet so we can be laid to rest. It's like, okay, that's dark and creepy, and that's why you made the black materia, but it's like, makes sense in my mind, right? So people that don't like the Gi, I'm like, well, as a common gamer here, at least it gave me a reason to why that thing is important. Alyssa says, yep, the trilogy should, at the end, be able to explain everything and answer all the questions we have. We'll see. Javier says, I don't want to think what will you do, Jolie. Oh, wait, the ending is like the OG Contra game. The party gets in a Shinra chopper, ride the sunset, the end. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Again, you're assuming Zack's alive. Maybe that will happen, but we don't know, Josh. Yeah, it's all right. Javier says, but we are putting attention to you, to Yo, Spencer. Don't worry. Well, that's fine. I think the average gamer would expect Aerith's return and wouldn't care if it's faithful to the original or not. They most likely didn't play it anyways. Yeah. But then there's a whole group of people that would be pissed if Aerith returns because they'll be like, no, Aerith's dead. Everyone thinks that Aerith's alive, but she's dead. And it's all in Cloud's mind. And there's going to be that big moment of like Cloud, when he gets healed from his mental illness, he's going to be like, oh, Aerith's dead. And we're going to have that moment. It's like, okay, like whatever you pick, just stick to it, you know? Jolie says, I'll go 5-hour passionate rant at minimum. She will. The key word in the re-trilogy is we assume that. Yep. Andrew John Bennett says, what other Final Fantasy game could rant this much? Yeah, could we rant this much about? I don't know. I mean, there's just Final Fantasy VII it's a special beast. They've been going on forever about this game, and they have so many offshoots, right? T for rant cam coming. 3, 2, 1. I'm just catching up to the rant cam. Javier was like, I've been on the rant cam for like 20 minutes. I already said we won't really know until the game comes out. Just making observation using logic. Could be completely wrong. Just my theory. It would make sense. Yeah, cool. I like that, Josh. Yes, of course. It all comes back to Tifa. Pull of an Expedition 33. I haven't played Expedition 33 yet. The thing is, Square Enix keeps searching for ways to bring younger generations into Final Fantasy fold, but confusing the heck out of them is not going to accomplish that goal. Yeah, and it's not like a... Okay, so like, you have two camps of people, right? Like, let's make the Dark Souls comparison, like the Souls games, right? You have people that are like, no, don't compromise your storytelling or your game mechanics or whatever to allow new players to come in. Don't make it easier for them. Don't make it more accessible. You just stick to what you're good at, and then people will come if it, like, if it takes off. So like, that's what the Souls games are, right? They're hard, they're not easy, but then you get like Dark Souls, which is a breakout hit after Demon Souls, and then you have 1, 2, 3, and then you have like Bloodborne, and then you have a game like Elden Ring, and Elden Ring blows up and it sells like 25, 30 million copies, right? Which is crazy because it's like a super intense game, and you would think like, let's make it more easy for the common person to come in and jump in this game so they don't just die over and over and over again and get frustrated and get rid of the game, right? So Final Fantasy has kind of been doing this thing where like they're like, this is a great entry point for you to jump in. Final Fantasy 15, like I remember that big marketing push where it was like a Final Fantasy for first timers, and they want you to come and join. And they sold a bunch of people on that, but it was, whatever you thought of 15, it got a lot of people in the door, and they marketed it as like, this can be your first Final Fantasy, right? And then they're trying to do that again with Final Fantasy 16. They're like, Final Fantasy 16 isn't like a turn-based game. We've done the research, and we know people like games like over the shoulder God of War games or whatever, like the PlayStation ones, right? So like, if you really think about it, Final Fantasy 16 is a God of War game. It's just like got a new coat of paint over it, right? Even down to the limit break when you hit both sticks and then you go into your Spartan rage mode, that's like the same thing, right, as God of War. Action combat fully, because they want newcomers coming into the franchise. They don't want to go back to the turn-based roots because they know that they've got like the Final Fantasy diehards to come and join. They'll complain about it on socials, but they're trying to get new people into it, right? But Final Fantasy kind of straddles this like line where they're not committing to like one direction, and I guess they've always been different, so that's fine. But you have the remake series, and it's like, are you going to lean into your crazy storytelling, or are you going to have it the same? It just feels like it's a teeter-totter. Like they're not picking a lane. And it's like, just pick a lane, right? And then if it's good, if you want it to be this crazy, like lean into it and help us understand it. And then the newbies will come if it's good. But if it's bad storytelling and it makes no sense, and you're trying to be like, it's fine, new people can come, but then we're not going to tell a coherent story. That's when you lose people. And I don't know where they're at yet. I just feel like there's a big bubble in the Final Fantasy VII like re-trilogy community that are just like on board for it no matter what. And this is the toxic positivity that I was talking about. It's like, it's great. There's nothing wrong with these are my most anticipated games. Like, don't say anything bad about it, because why are you like dampering my fun, right? Just be positive. It's like, it's okay. Like, we can enjoy it, but also criticize it at the same time. Okay, sorry. That was my response to Jolie's. And let's see here. Okay. Alyssa says that's fine. To me, it would make sense if it takes on part of the Tifa role for Cloud in the live stream. Nice. You're talking about like how Tifa helps out, I'm guessing. And when she goes in the live stream with Cloud in part 3, they need larger fan base to fund these massive games. Yeah, they do. Not saying the whole thing, but we can also think that he's traveling the live stream to all these worlds. Now that's how he pops up in part 3. I'm talking about Zach probably again, since he met Cloud at the edge of creation already. Logic is cool, but so far the logic is a bit hit and miss sometimes. I'm speaking of the devs' logic. Yeah, they can always just kind of say like, oh, it was the live stream or something. It would be cool, Joshua Kuhn, but it's not that, we will be really disappointed, and that's our concern. Oh, you're saying if it's not that. Yeah, I agree. Alyssa says, and yeah, it's cool for us to debate it. We're the hardcore fans. That's why we're follow these channels and get involved in these theory crafting discussions. They're fun for us, but not so much for others. Yeah, like next stream, I'm going to play it. It's like a 30-minute rant. So get prepared. We'll talk about it. Of a bunch of non-Final Fantasy OG players, and they'll tell you how they feel about the game so far. And it's like, probably, like I said, I'm not going to show you that because I'm trying to rag on the game. I want you guys to get the perspective of people that aren't in our bubble, right? I want you to kind of understand what people thought about Rebirth and Remake, okay? Sorry, but looking of that Barrett in the background makes me want some cake. Yeah, he's right there, man. Barrett! Just get some good cake, guys. Dev logic is great. Unknown part of the journey. Yeah, they're just like, who knows? Yeah, possibly. I wonder the general audience really thinks much. Do they think, or that's, this is Barry Saxman. He says, yeah, possibly. I wonder if the general audience really thinks much. Like, do they just think, oh, that's just a little weird and go on their day? Yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of people might say that's a little weird and I'm not signing up for for 2 more games like this. We need him holding the cake next time, Javier. Okay, Javier, you've been tasked with another project. Josh says, I'm playing regardless. I have played and beat every Final Fantasy. Why stop? Yeah, I'm an OG fan. Yeah, which is cool. Yeah, same, right? I talk about them here with you, Spencer, and all the other fans here. Yeah, that's why we're here to talk about it, which is cool. I'm not saying that this theory crafting is bad. I'm just saying I'm trying to paint the picture for the people that don't do this type of thing, that aren't online, that aren't saying this. I want to be a voice for them, right? Because I think I think the effective stories that last are easily understood but have depth, you know? But when it's just deep and nobody can get into them, then I just think it's a failure. Why will Javier says, why will play it regardless? You're probably saying like, I will play it regardless. We are too engaged in the story. We are screwed. Love the new game, graphic gameplay and expansion of the character depth. Not a fan of the story changes. Fine with more character depth. Okay, so it sounds like Joshua Coons is like an OG fan, and he's happy to like experience the world in more fidelity and see all the crazy like places he played back in the OG, but he doesn't love like the manipulating the story for like the remake. See, like I'm in the opposite end. I like that they wanted to do something new, because we talked about this last time, Joshua. I don't know if you were here, but we were talking about how like there's games that just do like a graphical update and it's like fun, but those games are like forgotten in a few days. And so the purists, the OG people like that love it, probably love it. It's like, yes, I got to go to Costa del Sol. I got to go to the Gold Saucer. I got to do all this stuff. And it looked so pretty, but it didn't stray from the original. I think what makes this re-trilogy interesting is these deviations. I just think they're going about it in a very convoluted way. So, like, I'm on the fence of whether or not I'm a fan. I can't say until they've finished the series. Okay. Yeah, Alyssa says, and beating God. Don't forget about beating God, Spencer. Yeah, gotta beat God at the end of a JRPG. So to me, OG is superior, but if Final Fantasy Part 3 nails the landing, could change my mind. Yeah, I think the same, Joshua. Cool. Okay. Breadcrumbs and Gaming, I think, but now I'm not seeing your name. It just says Crash with Kirby. No, you're not the same person. Sorry, I'm looking at your profile picture because I remember Crash with Kirby. Hey guys, finally caught up on the VODs. I have nothing to contribute to this convo. I just waiting for part 3 to come out. Awesome. What's up, Crash with Kirby? I remember you from earlier. Yeah. And hoping that actually, this is Alyssa. She says, I'm hoping that actually when they have an announcement, yeah, right, whenever that happens. A part 2, Alyssa. This is Javier talking. I was thinking of doing that bear image or a teenage Marlene ninja assassin. That's an inside joke for our channel. If you watch it, Ernest thinks that Marlene's going to become a ninja assassin after she finds out her parents' origins. Mr. Bigglesworth says, I'm scratching at the door like a cat. Javier says, laugh out loud, I forgot why Marlene turned to the dark side in the Final Fantasy Files internal lore. Marlene the assassin, says Jolie. Haha. Hello, Spencer. What's up? It's Silver Shiki. What's good, man? Thanks for coming to the stream. Javier says, Final Fantasy VIII, to my knowledge, still is debating if Squall died in the middle of the game, or am I wrong? I don't know. Never played it. That's the first Final Fantasy that Jolie played. Silver Shiki says, would you like the team that made the re-trilogy to make Final Fantasy 17? I don't think they will because that's the next Final Fantasy 7, or that's the next mainline Final Fantasy, right? And Final Fantasy 16 has already been out for a while, so you imagine that there's like at least on pre-production of 17. So, Creative Studio 1, it used to be Creative Business Unit 1, but now it's called Creative Studio 1. They're the Hamaguchi led team. They're doing Rebirth, and whatever part 3 is, right? So I don't think that they'll do 17. I think that either Creative Studio 3, I don't even know all the studios, right? There's a Studio 1 and I know a Studio 3. Studio 3 is like led by Yoshi P. He does like Final Fantasy 14. He did Final Fantasy 16. They also worked on Tactics, right? So it would make sense in my mind that they might be working on 17 because they're not trying to do the part 3. But is there a Creative Studio 2? It would make sense. I don't know though. I don't know the internal like development teams at Square Enix. Maybe I should find out. Bigglesworth says, even though the exact details are fuzzy, I do think it's the intent of the developers for players to feel triumphant at the end of Remake, but demoralized at the end of Rebirth. This contradiction. Yeah, and they've said that they want it to be like a happy ending, so they want to give us like some big thing at the end, right? So it's kind of that whole, I think Subtext talks about this in his video. He talks about how it's like Return, A New Hope. We feel great. We blow up the Death Star, and then we feel tragedy at the end of Empire Strikes Back, and then like Return of the Jedi, we come back, and it's the big finale. So, Barry Saxman says, I will say though, after playing Remake, it got me to finally play OG to understand what Max Dude, etc. we're talking about. Now it's one of my top Final Fantasy games. I know I am I'm only one person though. Yeah, no. And Maximilian Dude has like, I remember watching that video. I think he was on the Easy Allies podcast and he talks about it on his own stream, but he goes like level 1, level 2. Now we're at level 3. Now we're at level 4. But this is him just going off and talking about all these timelines, right? And it's like galaxy brain stuff. And it broke our brain. And now we understand like, oh, this is what they were doing. I just feel like instead of like going level 1, level 2, level 3, and then getting to level 5 incrementally, I think they just went straight to level 5, or they threw us into this and we're just supposed to accept it. I think it works for Maximilian Dude and people like that because his favorite game of all time is Final Fantasy VII, and he loves these characters, and so he's like ready to like slurp up any of this stuff with a big old milkshake straw. He's just like, I love it, right? But then I feel like it's a little disingenuous because all the people that follow his streams just kind of like glom onto that positivity, which is not a bad thing, but it's like they just kind of like go along for the ride and they're thinking like, yeah, this is pretty good, but they're just kind of going along with Max's enthusiasm rather than critically thinking about the storytelling themselves, right? And if they haven't played the OG Final Fantasy VII and they haven't, had these, revelations themselves, then they're just kind of like, I think if you critically think about it, then it doesn't make sense, So all the people online, they're saying you don't need to experience all this. You don't need to have all this stuff. It just makes me feel like, sure, you don't have to do any of this stuff, but then a lot of it doesn't make sense. And I think you're just kind of insulting like the intelligence of people that want to know and they kind of think the storytelling's bad, right? And it's kind of more like popcorn for those people that are just like, I'm having a good time, which is fine. You can enjoy your popcorn film, but don't pretend like you understand this entire chart that we went through if you haven't been immersed in this world for 30 years. I don't believe you. I don't. Sorry. And that comes from logic and, me critiquing media for years. I just don't. So anyway, okay. That's cool though, Barry Saxman. I'm glad that you're having a good time. I think it's cool that Maximilian Dude got you into it. Then you went and did the homework and now you're enjoying it, right? Okay, Javier says, thank you, Alyssa. There's a debate theories. There's Alyssa saying there's debate and theories about many of the endings of these Final Fantasy games. It just disappeared. Okay. It's part of the series at this point, along with extra outside reading. Javier says, some would say, Alyssa, it's bad storytelling. Be clear. Some would say, someone named Jolie say, ambiguity is the enemy of storytelling. If you know our channel, you can say that. The Zavari Stone says, preach! Welcome, Zavari Stone. What's up, man? The Zavari Stone. Alyssa says, glad you enjoyed the OG remake. Yeah, talking to Barry Saxman. Yeah, hi, Zavari Stone, says Jolie. Hello. Javier. This is Alyssa's talking to Javier. Some would say that it's a bad Western storytelling. No, I wouldn't say that this is Western storytelling. I feel like this is Eastern storytelling. Most of the time, if you play Western style games, like if you play like a Western RPG, it's okay. I got to be careful here. It's narratively kind of more like Hollywood. I'm not gonna say it's better, but it's like they understand the what Jolie was talking about, where it's got Freytag's pyramid, where you have a thing, and then you have like your rising action, and then your climax, and your falling action, and then your resolution. I think about Mass Effect, even though like people would argue that they like botched the ending, but it's still got like it makes sense. Like you have entire like you can go through the codex and you can just like get immersed in Mass Effect, but if you don't do any of that stuff, you can still follow the story that there's these bad guys named the Reapers and you're Commander Shepard and you go on this hero's journey and you're the only one that can stop them. Like it makes sense, and there's ways that they go about stopping them that might not make a ton of sense, but he does it, right? With this, it's just like, is this even happening? Is this real? It's just a little bit too up its own butt. A little bit. Jolie says, I don't know. I think I've seen you on stream, but I like your video comments. Oh, cool. She's just shouting out to the Zavari Stone. Jolie, is Squall still alive? Squall, laugh out loud. The Zavari Stone says, thanks so much. Yeah, I've been meaning to join more often. My first one was the last stream for a bit. Yeah, it was fun to have you. Jolie says, I'm in and out, so probably missed you. Mr. Bigglesworth says, Hamaguchi has once again stated recently that the entire story was written out before the development of Remake. So it all comes down to whether you believe him or not. I kind of don't believe him. Franco, what did you do? I'm not through all this stuff. Dude, like, you're spending like your entire holiday budget on these streams, man. What's up? I love that like you just pop in with the super chat and then you don't even say anything. Franco's in the house, everyone. Everyone say hi to Franco. Thank you for the super chat, Franco. That was very kind. Yeah, we definitely need to make you a producer credit. We don't have those, but you've helped fund the channel more than any human on earth other than those that are like putting our own money into it. Jolie, me, and Ernest. But thank you. You're so kind. We're still theory crafting, Toolman's. Yeah, we are. Sorry. Okay, we're gonna get to tactics. I said we would. All right. I know. Let's see. Yeah, I don't believe Hamaguchi. I don't think that they had it totally written out beforehand. I think you got to say that to ease concerns. I think they may have had like an outline or something, and they've been thinking about this for 30 years, and everyone would tell me I'm wrong and whatever. It's like, but if you had everything laid out, then like, why did you save everything till part 3 to make sense of all of it? Because I don't think Rebirth did a good job of making things understandable at all. People will be like, well, they want you to think that because the big twist is at the end. Great. So let's have the big twist reveal at the end and then have an hour-long cutscene of like, not exposition, but like answering all the questions that they've been setting up, and we'll just watch it. Is that what we're going to do? I don't know. I think that would be bad. Alyssa says, I don't know how Eastern storytelling goes, but a lot of JRPGs don't really seem to follow our style. No, they don't. And that's what makes them unique, but I also think that they struggle to tell coherent stories sometimes. Alyssa, you didn't have to do that either. I gotta jump to the super chat. Alyssa, holy crap! Alyssa, that's so nice. Thank you. You didn't you're spending all your budget too. Stop. Here, I will tell you this. This is funny. You don't know this, but let me see if I can pull it up. No, I don't have it ready. It's fine. We'll just do it another time. But I was on Instagram. If you follow us on Instagram, I was going through some like old posts or whatever, and I came across one that Ernest was he had a picture of our Final Fantasy Files merch. And he just said like, if you want this shirt like anywhere domestically in the United States, it's like $25, which made me laugh because I don't think a single person has bought a shirt. But maybe I can put a good word into Ernest and send you guys out a shirt or something because you guys are so kind. Okay, but the super chats have messed me up. Where was I? Okay, you said I don't know about Eastern storytelling. Yeah, okay, cool. Talking to Mr. Bigglesworth. Alyssa says, yeah, because the OG was made in the 90s. I'm not buying it. Right. Javier says, also, Mr. Bigglesworth, he's kind of implying it's not multi-ending, right? Yeah, that's kind of what I heard today. Theory crafting, discuss for the first hour of a stream now. Laugh out loud. That's what we do. Final Fantasy VIII Ultima is the future of Renoa because Squall Death. That's what Separate Gaming says. And then you guys are talking about how I'm sure we can go for 90 minutes about this whole stuff. Yeah. Alyssa says, well, we can go. We can, but not sure if others want to. Toolman said there's there's really two camps. So Toolman's in the house. What's up, Toolman? He's talking to us. He's like, come on, get to tactics. The one thing that's nothing will change, and one thing that everything will change. The reality is probably something in the middle, but many see that as a boring route. I don't see that as a boring route. I like that because they've always said that like we're gonna stay close, like we're gonna hit all the beats of the original. So that means like we're not gonna go to like some made up town on the planet, right? Like you're gonna go to the Gold Saucer, you're gonna go to Temple of the Ancients, you're gonna go to the Northern Crater, you're gonna do all that stuff, right? So it's all gonna happen. But that doesn't mean that like I don't know. It doesn't mean that people like if it's gonna change, I don't think that it should totally like just come up with totally new stuff. I think it's cool that they're telling a different story within the framework of the OG. I like that. So I'm okay with it kind of being in the middle. But I don't want them to say like, oh, it's the original. We hit all the same text and we threw in a bunch of this stuff to make it interesting for like, to make it kind of like a bait and switch stuff. Like, is something changing or is it not? And then ultimately they don't change it. Cause I feel like if they don't change it, that'll like make me upset. I don't care if they do the, like go along the same path and they do all the same things and then it ends, or whatever. And then Red 13's at the end looking at the, overgrown Midgar with like plants or whatever. That's fine. But don't introduce this stuff if you're not going to make a change, because that's a waste of time. Just make a Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta remake and be done with it, Isn't Creative Business Unit 2 making Kingdom Hearts? Maybe. See, I don't know. Toolman's letting us know. Creative Business 2, I thought was a team, Asano, does the Bravely series. Okay, cool. Give them a crack at Final Fantasy 17, They shed their other development studios. They got rid of their publishing arm for the Western development studios. So give it to Creative Business 2 for see what they make of Final Fantasy 17. Javier says the re-trilogy is the tail end of all the compilation. It's got to be different. It must be, and otherwise it was pointless as a remake. And for the first time, I would agree with the OG gatekeepers. Yeah. Toolman's talking to Javier. That's the tragic irony of it. The change believers will become OG purists if they don't land it. Yeah, it's true. Like I just said, it's like, because if that's the case, then it was all just like a waste of time. Like I said, just like misdirecting us just to like drum up excitement and marketing hype. Like, I feel like they've already dug themselves so deep. And if they try to climb out of it and kind of backpedal and say that it was all for nothing, it'd be like, what are you doing? Why did you even do that? I think it would be fine. I just would be upset if they did so with the promise of changing fate. Yep, just be straight with us and tell us it's a straight up remake. Well, they can't do that. They can't do that because then you won't be talking about it online, even though Alyssa stays offline. It's not like they're selling the numbers they want to by playing the game with us. That's kind of true. I mean, it's doing well, right? Because I think Final Fantasy VII Remake was like the best selling. It's not even a mainline Final Fantasy, but like it's selling. Remake is probably at like 7, 8, 9 million copies, which is really good. They're not God of War numbers, right? They want it to be like the premier franchise again. But I know Rebirth didn't sell as much. Rebirth's probably sitting at like 4 or 5 million after like the PC release, and they'll get a bunch more once they release the trilogy and put it on Switch and Steam Deck or whatever. But yeah, they're not like doing the main numbers, what you're saying. So Javier says Max said that he made up that level stuff on the fly to appear more insightful and drag the allies' attention. He was just making shiz up. Yeah, he's an entertainer, right? He's good at what he does. There's a reason why he's one of the most popular streamers. So it's like cool. But his point behind the level is like it matches up with like the graphic that we just went to, right? The graphic that we just looked at for the first hour of the stream was like all these different levels, all these different worlds, all these things that are happening, So yeah, it's just one guy's interpretation. The Zavari Zone says, yeah, that was my biggest problem. My first intro to Final Fantasy VII was the remake game, and I was legit mad the last 2 chapters because I didn't know what was going on, and I had to play the OG and do a lot of it. Thank you. People were arguing in the online saying that, like, no, it totally plays fine. You just play and you don't have any questions. And I'm like, that's insulting to our intelligence. But Zafari Zone was not swayed. Zafari Zone was like, this makes no sense, so I'm going to go do the homework and be on, like, your team. So shout out to the Zafari Zone. And I don't buy it. I don't buy it that you just play these things, like, unless it's just popcorn fun. You want to see, like, Tifa in a bikini in Rebirth, and you're like, yeah, she's hot. Well, that was a great game. 10 out of 10. You know what I mean? Like, okay. There are people like that, and it's like cool. They had a good time. But for those of us that like to use our brains, that care about storytelling, well, we demand a little bit more. Anyway, Josh Kuhn says, I'm 42 and I've played every Final Fantasy the month of release since I was 7. Shout out Joshua Coons. Here's your crown, dude. You dropped this. That's awesome. You're like the same age as Jolie, and she's been playing them not as frequently and as soon as they come out as you, but she's basically like you. She's played so many. All right, yeah, cool. Enjoy the popcorn. So Alyssa's talking to the Safari Zone, says, my cousin is right there with you. He won't give it another shot until part 3 has dropped. Cool, yeah. Homework to catch up. I enjoy it and can appreciate it a lot more now, but like I've never had to do that and enjoy a game before. Which makes this like remake special, but just admit that, right? Like say like I think this game is for the OG fans. I do. I think it's for people like us that have a Final Fantasy channel that like to talk about it. I do not think it's for, and this is not me gatekeeping, because I think anyone can play a game and enjoy it, right? I think it's a beautiful spectacle. It's like, sure, play it, whatever you want, but I don't expect to understand what's going on, which is bad. Like you're giving it to the general audience and saying you're not going to get this, and I think that's bad. But it's a take, and they're, you know, they can't say that. They can't ask you that it's got like you have required reading and you have to play a 30-year-old game. They can never say that because they want to sell copies, right? But I feel gaslit online. People are like, oh, you don't need to. It's like, yeah, you don't need to do anything to play a game, you know? I have a brother-in-law who jumps into every game that he plays on the second iteration. He jumped into God of War Ragnarok before he played 2018 God of War, like the reboot, right? And I'm like, why are you doing that? He's a new PlayStation guy. He had an Xbox forever, and he just got a PlayStation 5. He's like, it's just the newest one that came out, you know? And there's people like that, and that's fine, and they enjoy it, and that's awesome. They deserve to have, they can play whatever they want and enjoy the games. But, you know, I think it's good for people to, you know, if you're gonna demand this much from the storytelling that you're, you know, pitching to us, you know, at least be straight with the players and say, yeah, like you might enjoy this more if you've already played the original, but you don't have to. I don't know. I'm trying to be nice because I don't want to offend people that just jumped into it. Like me, I'm one of those people, and to me, the story doesn't make sense right now. Okay, let's see here. As released in the USA. Okay, cool. So Joshua said he played them as they came out in the USA because they came out in, you know, Japan, and certain ones weren't released here until later. The Safari Stone's talking to Alyssa and says, I think playing them as they drop to be involved in the community conversation is a lot of fun, so I'd recommend them play them, to be honest. Yeah, that's true, right? That's part of online gaming culture. If you play them forever late like us, then the conversation's moved on. But hey, the thing about our channel is we're bringing the conversation back into the mainstream. It's not the mainstream, but you can come to our channel and talk about Rebirth, even though the game's 2 years old. Joshua Kuhn says, watch, there'll be $120 deluxe edition that comes with all kind of extra stuff in all 3 games. I'll buy that. They'll get me. Alyssa says he does like being confused, laugh out loud, and he also doesn't want to give the OG a shot. Right on. Javier says, oh no, Franco is terrorizing the super chat. Jolie says, bah, Franco's back. Guess what, people? The super chats are on. Good to know, says Alyssa, and that's when she drops a $20 super chat. That's so nice. And yeah, Franco gave us $15. You guys are so nice. They're always on, but don't do this bait and switch. Stop being like the developers of Creative Studio 1, all right? I'll be honest with you and upfront. The super chats are always on, and you guys can use them if you want, but they are not required. They are just there. So all this shenanigans from chat saying, are they on? Are they not on? They always were. So don't listen to Javier. Alyssa, haha, Jolie's like thanking you. Okay, Patriots fan. That's why I'm saying it's bad Western storytelling. Oh, okay, gotcha. Laughing my ass off. You see, it works, Alyssa. I got paid today. It's all good. Well, Gotta keep the lights on. Well, you're keeping our lights on. Thank you. That's very kind. OG has a completely remastered of you have the PC, voice acting and all. Yeah, people have done a lot of modding on it and done all this stuff, right? Mod teams are amazing for the OG. If not, but this is another thing, Joshua, that people are kind of talking about right now. That they're saying that the OG purists that are making all these mods and stuff are kind of mad at the re-trilogy, but it's like, whose game is it? Is it the modders that have kind of like taken the OGs, like that's their identity and they don't want to stray from that? But then you have the actual developers, a lot of them that worked on the OG stuff, and they're making this new story. So it's like, who has ownership? I guess once you release it into the wild, then a piece of media is just whoever, right? I still think it's the original storyteller's vision, right? So, but when you start modding it and make it like so much your own way, you know, it's like, oh, this localization was bad. We fixed this and done all this, whatever. Like, yeah, that stuff is awesome. And I think it's cool that it exists. But I think we should still give credit to the original developers, because if they want to tell us something new, then that's their prerogative. But when it comes out, we can also say, we didn't like what you made. That's just how it works. Nah, yeah, you're doing a great job, Joshua. Don't worry about your typos. I'm getting there. Alyssa says, yeah, but that's extra. That's extras that most common gamers may also not want to get involved in. The team did that mod. Did great. I agree. Team Asano also doing remakes, ports of the early Final Fantasies. Okay, cool. So that's what they're up to. They apparently had a chance to do their own Final Fantasy title, but decided to do Bravely instead. What's up, Justice? You're just like, get to my favorite game ever. It's been an hour and a half and they're still going. That was a mistake, says Josh. Javier says, Ernest just told me he's proud of you, Spencer, bringing in the goods. You're doing God's work for those super chats every stream. No, Javier, you just like to bring it back up to make me feel awkward about the money that people pay me. You know, like as streamers, I don't know, like I this is the first stream I've ever done. I've never done a series like this before, and it's just great that I have you guys tuning in. So thank you for coming. I hope that you guys, I always say this every time. I don't know, I get weird when I talk about the super chats. I'm just grateful for you guys. It's fun. Like I'm having a good time, but I hope that what we do here is fun for you and it's worth that. I'm like I said, it's your money. You can choose how you spend it, but I'll be, you know, I'm grateful, and I think I don't know, I get weird. So thank you. I'll just end it there. They're selling well for Bravely Default. Didn't even need to be a mainline. Could have been a spin-off. Okay. Yeah, you guys are kind of talking about that. And Octopath, because I think they do that. Octopath is dope. Agree. So I think they're happy doing what they... Okay, so you're just talking about Creative Studio too, that they're kind of doing the kind of like smaller games, but the games that are really awesome that get people excited, like perfect Switch games. You're playing Octopath Traveler and enjoying it, right? Awesome. Yeah. Joshua says, but you're biased. Final Fantasy is my favorite franchise. Yeah, that's like for us. We're a Final Fantasy exclusive channel. We only talk about Final Fantasy. So like every time that Square Enix like announces a Bravely Default or an Octopath, we're like, or the Adventure of Elliot or whatever they just announced, we're like, only do Final Fantasy. Justice 56 says the re-trilogy aren't worth it when the OG version is still available to buy. Oh, okay, so you're like an OG purist. I think they're totally worth it. I think they're fun games. Don't get me wrong, but I just think that they need to sort it out. Javier says, I wonder if Square makes more money on their game merchandise once they launch a game, specifically with the re-trilogy, like blockbuster movies do. I wonder. We buy all their merch and it's so overpriced. Like the figures that we buy, they're pretty amazing. They articulate and do lots of stuff. But if you've ever watched any of Jolie's unboxing videos, you'll be like, look at this figure that's like here. These are like Nintendo amiibo, right? This is Sheik from Zelda Ocarina of Time. Focus on her. But like this is like $15 or something, right? And then they have like a figure of Alphino that's like maybe a little bit bigger, and you can kind of pose them a little bit, and it's like $130. It's just outrageous. Outrageous. but we buy them because we like them. Yeah, I don't know. So I don't think the game sales are not the only income. It's taking advantage of the project. Yeah, totally. The stuff is not cheap. Toolman says, I think the story kind of does make sense if you take it at face value, but the problem is the interviews. They don't match what the game is showing. I kind of disagree, Toolman. I mean, if you take it at face value, you're just kind of along for the ride. You're like, play it out, right? You have Cloud, and he's a mercenary, and they hires you to do this job, and he gets caught up in the whole, like, avalanche, like, we're going to take out Shinra stuff, and then he kind of joins childhood friend, Tifa. I'm just summarizing really quick, right? He's going through this thing, and their whole goal is Shinra, but then what happens? They get separated after the Airbuster fight, and then he lands in the church with Aerith, and that kind of is like a little side story. They got to go rescue Tifa. They go to Walmart. All this stuff happens. You know, they're still trying to go after Shinra. They do this stuff. They make it up to the top of the plate. They're going after Shinra. And then Sephiroth's introduced and all these different things that are happening, right? Although in the remake stuff, Sephiroth's saying stuff to Cloud the whole time. And then you uncover this different plot, and then all of a sudden, like, there's this whole shift in Rebirth, and now they're like, you know, that whole, like, plot we had about taking down Shinra? Well, that kind of doesn't matter anymore because there's this guy named Sephiroth, and we just gotta stop him because he's bad. And we had to fight fate for him. Like, the introduction of Sephiroth that early in the story is weird. Like, let's be honest, but that's the whole, like, Omni Sephiroth and Omni stuff. It's all the extra stuff, but it's fun because it's like, if you already know who Sephiroth is, he's like a iconic video game villain, right? But like, that's like, does it make sense? I don't think it does. I think it goes off the rails hardcore, right? And then they just kind of go back. They like kind of forget that the fate change happened. Like, they had this crazy thing. Barrett dies and he comes back to life, and they're just kind of like, wouldn't that change your whole perspective on the nature of reality? I just think, like, people, they're not giving us enough credit for being like, I have questions. This is weird. But let's just follow the robe guys all through part 2 and find Sephiroth, but then kind of do some Shinra stuff, and then we fight him again, and we don't stop him. Now there's this black materia thing. Let's keep fighting him. Like, yeah, that's what the plot is, right? That's what I think casual people see, and like, it makes no sense. Square Enix is involved in more than just gaming. They have merch, anime, manga, everything. Yeah. Okay. Guys, I'm catching up. All right. Javier says remake part 3 will have an international phone number, so you can call, and they will explain without rodeos and overall story. Just like old games, you can call for tips and guides, like the Nintendo hotline or something. Square encourages mods. They encourage mods except for 14. They're like, you can't do that, but we're not going to say anything. They just don't encourage lewd mods, is what Joshua said. Well, that's good. I agree with them. Don't encourage that stuff. Mr. Bigglesworth called it. Laugh out loud. Sepa Gaming says, Spencer, that's what I meant. People use WOTV, mobile FF game, EOS, character art, and Final Fantasy Tactic collab, and now I tried playing the Japan server because they will continue the story. Now you use Sid. Okay. All right. We loved making you nervous every time you bring a super chat. You like it. You like it. I don't know if this makes me feel weird. Josh, yeah, which I love, and there are tons of great modders, like you said. I'm just saying the common gamer may not care enough to find them. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. It's the people that have been playing Final Fantasy since they've released, like Josh, right? Or it's the people that are seeking this out, like the Safari Zone, right? He's like, I didn't make sense, so I went and did my homework. It's like these people, they're us that are online, and then we want to see more, right? Maybe that's what some of the normies are doing, though, Spencer. I have no idea what's going on. I'm just along for the ride. Yeah, like Ernest. Ernest is just along for the ride. Yeah, see, but this is the thing with Ernest, and I hope like he has an opinion. Jolie and I talk about this all the time with Ernest. he like will talk about each chapter as if he's supposed to say something rather than just saying what he feels. So we're like, Ernest, what do you think about this? And he's like, I don't know. It reminded me of this movie or something. And we're like, no, what did you think about the game that you played? We think that you played, right? He has good insights, and a lot of times he relates to different people who watch our stuff. And that's why we like having him on, because he's got like a different perspective than we do. But when we finish Rebirth, I think he'll just be like, yeah, that was fun. I'll be like, well, and Jolie will ask the questions. I don't do it. I just kind of sit back there and laugh. But it's like, Ernest, like, what are you thinking about? Like, do you think the story makes sense? And Jolie will probably ask him these questions, and he'll probably just say, yeah, like, and then he'll make some analogy to some reference outside of the games. And we'll just laugh about it. We'll be like, okay, Ernest. He's this next chapter that we're doing, he actually is involved in the story. So he's got some good stuff to talk about. And he's got some good takes. Sorry to rag on Ernest. That was my Ernest rant cam right there. I should have a special Ernest cut to Ernest if I talk about him. They practically make whole new games and stories with a. Okay, so Joshua knows that what Seb is talking about. WOTL. I don't know if that's like the modding stuff, but anyway, can't wait to see what the modders come up with for Final Fantasy Tactics. I'm guessing that's what that is. TIC. Don't forget Omni Cloud, Spencer. He is the thing too. Yeah, they're all a thing. I think Tiger Eye is working on his own mod for. Oh, cool! Tiger Eye's like doing all that stuff for. Sorry, War of the Lions. War of the Lions. I get it now. Because we're tactics. This is a tactics stream. While Spencer has been playing last week or the week before. That's right. I remember you were saying that you were modding your game, Tiger Eye. 44. Oh. Hi, 44 people. We're just talking about Final Fantasy. Wow, it says there's 15 viewers on my end, so maybe you're just bots and not real. Or maybe you're real. You should talk in the comments if you're real. I have gone through 6 hours worth of liquid. So pretty good for an hour and 43 minutes. Sorry. Mr. Bigglesworth said, gotta be honest, if I could take Remake Rebirth at face value, I would not have spent the last several years looking up interviews by its developers. I would be a total casual right now. Yeah. It's like it's turned you into one of us. One of us, right? Which is like, that's the cool thing about the re-trilogy, is that it demands more of you. And this is kind of my point back to the Dark Souls analogy, right? Like, those games demand more of you. Re-trilogy demands more of us. But I think the way that Dark Souls does it just says, like, these are our terms. Come join if you want. Whereas, like, re-trilogy is just kind of saying, like, is it this way? Is it not this way? You can understand it or you can't understand it. We don't know. Like, well, you might know or you might not know, right? I mean, I know it's a trilogy and they're telling this intricate story, but we'll see if they stick the landing in the end. Barry Saxman 2 says, when I finally played OG, I only knew Aerith as the big reveal. So when the Cloud reveal came along, I was kind of shocked. It felt like it came out of nowhere. I didn't pick up any of the clues. Yeah, and in the clips that I'm going to show you next stream, so not going to be on Friday, we'll do it Saturday because Halloween. We're going to go trick-or-treating with the kids. They talk about how, like, the only kind of like twist that they know about is Aerith. Not really a twist, but that's like the one that everybody knows Final Fantasy VII for, right? I know a little bit about what happens with Cloud. I don't even know how it works. I know that, like, when Tifa goes into the live stream and, like, in his head or whatever, I don't know. Like, I know stuff happens, but I don't know how it works. I don't even know some of the towns we're going to. I don't even know what the weapons look like. I don't even know about the slap fight with Scarlet and Tifa. Like, I know about these things, but I have no idea how it plays out. When I played Rebirth for the first time, like, I didn't even know Junon was a thing. I didn't even know, like, that's the first time I saw, like, Nibelheim, other than, like, some stuff I saw from Jolie playing, like, the original. So yeah, there's lots I don't know, but I'm kind of that way. Let's see. Pasalova, are you guys forcing him to finish Rebirth? Oh, are you talking about Ernest? No, like okay. Like the funny thing about Ernest is like he's the guy who had the idea for this channel. Final Fantasy Files lore for you guys all here. We'll take you guys back a little bit. Jolie and Ernest had a podcast for the company that they worked at together. It's called the Big Compute Podcast, and they talked about things that their company would do. So they found out that they shared some interest. Jolie is open about her nerdiness, and then she's like, "Hey, Ernest was like, we should do like a podcast like we're doing with Big Compute about Final Fantasy." And at that time, we're like, Ernest is always talking about Final Fantasy VI. He's way into it. I was not part of the podcast at this time. And they brought like Ernest. So the first couple episodes, chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are just Ernest and Jolie. Jolie brought me on because like later on, she was like, I don't know if Ernest like is playing this stuff. So I want someone else that is a gamer to, come on the show and express his opinions. So anyway, so are we forcing him to finish Rebirth? No, this was his idea. But that's what's so funny about it, because we're like, Ernest, are you even playing the game? It's been 2 years. Are you not interested in finding out what happens? Are you a Final Fantasy fan, or did you just want to do a podcast to talk about games, and then every time we record, you just do the next chapter? So anyway, that's why we give Ernest a hard time. We love him to death. He's got such interesting takes that I would never think of, right? And Jolie would never think of. And Jolie even said this tonight. She's like, without Ernest, we're just like that married couple that are doing a podcast and it gets boring. So it's fun having Ernest as like our foil, because he'll say some things and we'll be like, we don't think that at all, But podcasts are more interesting when you have people with differing opinions. At least we think so. So anyway, Pasalova, that's my long answer as to like, are we forcing him to finish Rebirth? No, but we kind of are now, because he's only on chapter 9 and he'll play chapter 10 when we do chapter 10 recording, and chapter 11 and 12. He doesn't even know about the Kate Sith boxing throwing chapters. He's just along for the ride until the story's over, is what Alyssa says. Ernest validates the story by encapsulating it under the one concept. It was a JRPG, so yeah, it was good. It's very true. It's JRPG storytelling. It's like, they're not all the same, Ernest. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's actually nice to have someone with that perspective. I totally agree, right? I'm actually looking at the data that generates your starting 6 generics. Oh, you're talking about the generics of Final Fantasy Tactics, the ones that just join without going to recruit more. Toolman says, I talk in the comments and I'm not real. This is Terrier Timeline, Toolman. That's right. You're just a bot. You're here, but you're not the real Toolman. You got to be the Toolman that changes fate and saves Aerith. Go be the Toolman that you were born to be, okay? Don't settle for the Beagle timeline or the Terrier timeline. Alyssa's talking to Barry Saxman. Excellent. That's the type of experience. Sorry, I just jumped. Sorry. That's the type of experience you should have. Great. They are lurkers, Spencer. Don't scare them away by wanting them to chat. We need all the lurkers to put F's in chat right now. F's in chat's isn't that like when F's in chat when something bad happens? I don't know. Guys, I'm 40 years old. I'm not quite 40, but I'm 40. I don't know the cool things that the gamers say on the live streams. I'm just saying, let us know if you're here. Let's talk about you. You're interesting. It doesn't have to be about me and Jolie and Ernest. It can be about you guys. That's why I like showing off the art that it focuses on my finger there. That Javier made, and going through the big timeline stuff that Mr. Bigglesworth gave us. It's fun. So you can be lurkers and enjoy, but just know that we care about you. And if you want to talk, we'll talk about you. That's why I read every comment. I'm probably super annoying. People are probably like, just move on, Spencer. Like, just summarize it. Maybe that's a better idea, but I don't know what I'm doing. Huzzah, someone who played the OG and got a twist without being spoiled by Crisis Core. Yeah, they have all this stuff that like Spoils the twist anyway. Right? Where's the pug timeline tool, man? We need you. What are you guys gonna dress up for Halloween? Are you talking about us? Jolie's gonna be Princess Peach. I'm gonna be Donkey Kong. My oldest son, who's 6, is gonna be Mario. Then we have a 3-year-old, and he's gonna be Luigi. And then we have a little boy who's gonna be Toad. So we're doing the Mario thing this year. For how it works, I mean, laugh out loud. Don't worry, Spencer. The OG, the Tifa Cloud live stream sequence explanation is explained in the Maiden Who Travels the Planet side story that some may or may not consider canon. Oh, great. More confusion. Love that. The live stream, Javier, laugh out loud. Yeah, the cherry pickers, Alyssa, laugh out loud. The live stream tastes like raspberry. Don't forget. And that's right. And may or may not make your tongue tingle. Laugh out loud. You guys are funny. He may have completed it. The War of the Lions is the Final Fantasy Tactics War of the Lions. It's it's the cell phone PSP game. I got there, Josh. I was a little slow on the acronyms, but I got it. He may have just forgotten all since we were taking so long to film these episodes. Yeah, maybe. He doesn't know. Tiger Eye says you can actually set their stats. He's talking about the beginning 6. Class, zodiac sign, and abilities if you want to, such as giving the squires items as secondary and chemist fundamental as a secondary. Look at you breaking the game, Tiger Eye. If you played Crisis Core first and fell in love with the series, that's cool, by the way. I can still be happy with my personal preference of how the series is played. Jolie is the lore nerd. Spencer is the first-time unbiased gamer. Ernest is the agent of chaos that brings the outside of the box thinking and promote love for Kefka Palazzo. It's like the only game he's played is 6. That's what I feel like. 6 and 10. He loves 10. He loves watching people finish 10. Right. Anyway, I should get some rest for work. As a driver, I can be drowsy on the road. Tiger Eye, I'm so sorry. We're just about to switch to tactics, but thank you for coming. It's fun chatting with you, man. Thanks for telling us about the modding that you're doing on the game. That's super cool. Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core was a great game for traveling. Haha, I hated the level system and the whole slot system. Yeah, it's so weird. I haven't played it, but I watched Jolie play it, so. Story also made changes to the OG. I hated what it did to the story, says Alyssa. Tiger Eye said, I did something what some might consider an interesting risk versus reward by adding stealable loot to the major bosses. Man, you're just making your own game. I love it, man. So I caught up. We've been 2 hours streaming. Why don't we switch to the game? Thanks, guys. All right, we're playing tactics. Let's go. I'm not even going to take a break. We're just going to hop right in. Can you guys hear the stuff? Let me know. I think you can. Boom. Enjoy, 50 watchers. See, that's the ploy. We rant about the re-trilogy, and then we get you to stick around for the tactics stuff, guys. This is a cool game. Let's do a quick little story recap, okay? So the events that have happened.
Let us trace the journeys of those who shaped history.
The looming unrest. There was, following the end of the 50 Years' War, an untimely death of the king. Relations between the White Lion Duke Larg and the Black Lion Duke Goltana were stretched to the breaking point as they vied for control over Ivalice. With unrest looming, Ramza, as part of the Sellsword Company, was dispatched to the Orborn Monastery to serve as protection for Princess Ovelia. Soon after their arrival, the monastery was attacked by Goltana soldiers. So that's like how the game starts out. The princess is abducted, but then you kind of go back and like you go, this is more forward in time, if I understand, right? But then, and I can show you guys some of this stuff, but 49 lurkers, all 50 hit the like button. No, you guys don't have to like. You can like it if you're having a good time, but you know, you guys are nice. I hit the button. Who's with me? Hit it. No. I say like it if you like it. If you don't like what I said, give it a nice downvote. Jolie would not agree with me. Anyway, but I kind of want to do a quick recap. So Ramza is our main character. If you guys don't play tactics, he's the main guy. Did we? Oh yeah, we watched Olivia's abduction last night, right? But the Knight's Apprentice. Let's go here. View the scene. Oh, is it working? Yes. This is kind of like
of the hero Delita Hyrule
First appear 1 year before the outbreak of the War of the Lions. The loss of the 50 Years' War saw Ivalice paying enormous reparations and ceding vast swathes.
So this is setting up like the political intrigue. This is after the 50-year war, right?
Knights and sellswords returned from the front to find their homes razed and loved ones slain.
So the soldiers come home. They don't really have their home.
They were denied pay for their service and stripped of their livelihoods.
They aren't rewarded
This ill treatment
properly.
led many to abandon their fealty to the crown and the nobility. Once loyal soldiers became rogues and
Like and
traitors,
subscribe. I don't want to
donning
say
the
like
thief's
and
cloak
subscribe.
and plotting
It's like my
treason.
kids that say it. I'm like, why are you saying like and
It
subscribe?
was
You're
a time
6.
of great unrest for Ivalice. Murder and theft were commonplace. Many were the young adventurer and mage who stepped forward to counter this threat. Of these, the city of Garland too
Yeah,
saw
maybe.
its share. It was there that our tale began. A year earlier.
Okay, so it was only 1 year earlier. Like you play a year in the future when it starts, but we're on chapter 1, and it's kind of like setting up this thing where after the 50-year war, right? Basically, they mistreated the soldiers, and now it's like they're
Dear.
destitute.
Another Wayne was struck last night on its way to Egros.
Oh, sorry. The last time I played this scene, I was like, wait, did someone talk to me? But it's got the background noise in my headphones. Anyway, I'll skip this here. But that was just to kind of set up the stakes, right? Then you've got Ramza, who's from a noble family.
Here
And he's
we
kinda-
learn more of pivotal moments in history.
In pivotal moments of history. Tell me if I'm wrong, by the way, because I'm just trying to understand the story. But then you've got the Corpse Brigade, who like these guys are made up of a bunch of those previous soldiers who once fought for the nobles, but they were treated poorly, and that's kind of what we learn more and more, right? You're sent to like deal with these people, but they feel so disaffected with the kingdom and all this stuff, so they're taking matters into their own hand, and they're like a rebel faction. So they're causing unrest and all this stuff because they hate the nobles what they did to them. It's like, we fought for you, we did everything under your banner, and then you just like left us, like you just treated us like cattle, and that's kind of what's been happening, right? So Ramza is like a benevolent noble, and he's like a kind soul, and he doesn't think this way. He doesn't want to treat the people this way, but he's learning more and more about how they were treated through his events, you know. And his friend Delita, as he was like younger, yeah, tell me if I'm saying this right. Please correct me in chat, because I'm not really sure, right? If he was someone who grew up with the nobles, but he's not totally like of noble birth, right? He kind of has a change of heart as he's seeing the way that the Corpse Brigade were treated, and he's meeting more and more of these like rebellious leaders. And then you got some villains in the story. So you've got Argath. You save him from these people, but then he turns out to be like basically Draco Malfoy. He's like, only purebloods, nobles are worth saving, and it doesn't even matter what these people think. They're just to be used as soldiers or whatever. And he's the worst. Everyone hates Argath, right? But yeah, so we've been things have been happening. We've been kind of going back and forth with this Corpse Brigade. They kidnapped like one of the leaders, the Marquise, right? But you're seeing more and more of these people talk about how poorly they're treated, and then your members like Delita's trying to kind of change. He's like, man, we really are not on the right side, you know? And Rams is caught between a rock and a hard place, because he's like saying like, I'll work with you, we don't have to fight, you know? But then they're like, we don't believe you, like you guys treated us like cattle again, right? Millie, our friend Miliuda. But that's kind of where I'm at. I'm working my way towards the end of part 3. Or no, sorry, not part 3. Not part 3. See what's on my brain? But we're making our way to a castle because as we were, dealing with the rebel faction, they attacked like one of our main strongholds and they kidnapped Delita's sister and they tried to kidnap, I think Ram's sister. So yeah. All right. Justice is coming in to correct me. Sue says, Alyssa says, so they went to save the Marcus from Argath's request, and then we see Argath is trash. Yeah, he showed his true colors. Ramzo, I want to help. Yeah, Jolie sadly ended her last episode. Okay, and then Corpse, you're a noble, you lie. Yeah, that's these back and forth. So like Ramza is just doing his best, we kind of see it here, where I can't help me remember what we're about to do, because I know that like they're on their way to Ziekden. Delita and Ramza came upon a small meadow painted in gold with setting sun as they this is like where they do the cute little like blades of grass they can whistle or whatever, but I'm trying to see like where they're going. Delita began to question a lot in his life, unable to provide him with the answers he sought. Ramza could only do little, stand silent and powerless, and they do the whole thing. But I know that we're going to save Tietra, but is that where she's at? Okay, cool. Is this something that we've been commanded to do by like Dystarg and the higher nobles, or is this something that we're doing just because Delita's been with our family for years and we want to help Delita's, sister? Anyway. He's not ready for the Omni Argath plotline, says Toolman. You're heading to... Yeah, okay. Anyway, we're on our way to save Tietra, so that's where we're at right now, okay? No, Rams's family doesn't want them involved. Okay, but we're doing it anyway because
Till next time.
I'm not going to play all the cutscenes. Oh, we got new stuff to...
How might I help you?
We got new stuff to buy, y'all. What do you got for me? I'm a monk. Ooh, ring mail. A shirt made of countless interlocking metal rings. It gives me a little bit more HP. What else we got? Red plume, leather plate, just ring mail. Is that, and shoulder cape? We've seen all that stuff before. What about Mr. Bigglesworth? And you can tell me if we haven't been spent our job points before the battles, but let's get in. Oh, we've got silken robe. We have 2, but none are equipped. We have more MP. I like that. Okay, so we can equip our mages with better equipment, right? Okay, let's see. Justice says it's a mixture, it's an order, but it's also imperative for Delita. Gotcha. Okay, Ramlita, you are so peak. Laugh out loud. Yeah, we also learned that we have our own ship of Ramza and Delita. But we're not going to get vulgar, right, Javier? Every bit helps. Robes are great for caster. Yep. Still waiting for the sweet profile picture change for you, Javier. Yeah, we're waiting for that for Ramlita. Gotta express the true love of your ship. Joshua says, haha. Also, let's see. Need to also get all your characters to lean the thief. Not only for poach and steal for the best weapons in the game, but also to move to free up your accessory. Okay, cool. Always upgrade your equipment when it says new item in stock. Okay, cool. Well, I can do it. I have 2 silken robes already, right? So I don't need to buy that, but I can get ring mail for the people that use it. I've got a flame rod, which I like. Can't get higher stuff like that, but let's go back to Bigglesworth. Let's do this. Bigglesworth, if you're still here, we've reached level time age. Are we gonna? Let's go into our main stuff and make sure we get all the job stuff we want. You guys, this is the stuff that can Biggles unlock arithmetician yet? No, I don't think so. You're a level 4 time mage, but let's see. Where are you at? Job progress. Wow, I can do this, I promise.
May I help you?
Stop looking at my terrible gameplay. Okay. Don't I need to be a mystic and a white mage? I'm a level 4 white mage, and I'm also a level 4 time mage now. So I need to be a mystic. Should I change my job? Not a spoiler, just a strong suggestion. He doesn't mind and was all... Yeah, don't feel bad, Joshua. You can backseat game in this all you want. I'm letting the people that I named in the stream, they get to pick their abilities. So not a problem. Yeah. Javier says, Leffa, I'm not that... You're not in the mercy of this ship. You're not going to do it. Jolie finished the chapter the other day and he watched. Yeah, I saw it. I saw what we did. I don't know why Argath is at the fortress. Like, was he behind the kidnapping of Delita's sister because she's not noble birth or something? I don't really know. But we'll see. Spencer, you mentioned that in past stream that you were going to change your jobs, right? Yeah, I'll change them. But I want to, like, spend stuff on stuff that we need to. So, Bigglesworth, you're up. What do you want to pick for your job? Spend your job points on with your time mage. You said we were working towards teleport, but should I just switch jobs and not worry about getting anything? Yeah, Argus was with you when the kidnapping occurred. I know, but he was with me, but I know that we fight him at that castle where I'm guessing that that's where the girl is. I didn't watch the whole thing. I just helped Jolie with the battle. Tiger Eye says, Titanium Legman did a community playthrough where people submitted builds that he had to use. Yeah, we're kind of doing that. I'm still having some say over what happens, but this is Mr. Bigglesworth, guys. Ectogamma in chat is Mr. Bigglesworth, if you don't know. So he's not behind it. Okay, you'll find out when you reach the fight. Cool. All right, white mage level 5, black mage level 5, time mage. All right, that's fine. Let's do this. I have a level 4 black mage, and I'm gonna go to white mage. I'll just go back here. We'll change it back. We'll get you up to level 5.
I should enjoy this.
So we can finish the story without me having to do like a whole new thing. White magics, and what did I have fun doing with you? Time magics were fun, but I'm gonna have you be your black magics, just your double here. We're gonna change your... Okay, you've got your silken robe already equipped. It's the most MP that we have, right? Okay, cool. It's the best we have. Maybe we could get you a new staff or something. I don't know about that. Anything else? Counter tackle? That's all we have? Cool. We'll keep it that way. Magic boost, re-equip. Let's see. Are you trying to get him to break the game early? Yeah, he's making me go some crazy route. Teleport and ignore height is proud of the same thing. Just teleport, you have 12% chance of being able to move further than your move stat. Okay, cool. Practically the same thing. As I said the other day, I'm keeping Mum on the story, but I will help with recaps if needed. Awesome, cool. Thank you, Justice. And he can cast Holy once. Yeah, I hate autocorrect on the iPhone. That's fine, Joshua. Don't worry about it. You're doing great. Okay, I have that equipped. We'll just do that for now. Jolie's just got... What's here? I'm just like leveling her up. I don't ever want to change her, but I probably should. Got magic boost, and then I'm just learning all the spells. Should I get death or flare? I don't have enough. Let's get death because I don't have enough MP to do anything yet. We'll keep her the same for now. We need to change her equipment to a silken robe. Okay, much better. I'm keeping the battle boots on, and I like her flame rod. Cool, we'll keep her there. Alyssa, you're a thief. What did we get for you? You're up, Alyssa. He can cast Holy once. Tiger Eyes talking to Joshua. Tell me about it. Voice detection and commenting has some of the funny interpretations too. Early today, save the queen. See if the queen... Ugh. Earlier. Yeah, I got you. It's the arithmetician build that lets you hit every single enemy in the field with the holy, regardless of their range, consuming 0 MP. Did you get magic boost for her? For who? For Jolie? I think so. I should have. I think we got it earlier. I could be wrong. I was missing the I and it changed to some different word. Yep. I'm very well aware. Yeah, by her I mean I know Jolie. Well, we're good. I'll check out Magic Boost if that's her or not. But let me know what you want to be, Alyssa. We need your input. HP. We could get you some ring mail or whatever. You got speed surge, JP boost, movement, fundamentals. Keeping that up, right? What do you want to learn, Alyssa? Steel Gill, Steel Heart, Helm, Steel Shield, Steel XP. Gill Snapper, Sticky Fingers. I don't know any of this stuff. Poach. Movement +2? Whoa, that's cool. I don't know if the chat is frozen. Let me hit this refresh chat. But let me know, Alyssa. Let me know. I need to know. Okay, cool. We'll do movement +2. Then you're good. We can outfit you in a second. Yeah, let's check. I think she has... I'll put counter tackle back on her. Magic boost. It's there. We got it. We got it, guys. I made an effort to give an incentive to use generic jobs by having the most of them have their signature abilities being innate to their class, such as Time Mage having innate Swift Spell. That's awesome.
What is it?
All right, Javier, you're up, man. You've got almost 400 job points, and we just feel like we've unlocked like everything that the Archer can do. Not quite, but a lot. Archer's Bane, equipped crossbows, and concentration. Let me know if you want to save up for any of those or if we should switch your job. You tell me, Javier. Because I'm feeling... I don't know. I don't know if we save up for something. Everyone else's iPhone is autocorrecting for them. You want to hear something sad? This is not to diminish your kindness and generosity, but if everyone... let's see jobs for 400, Spencer. Okay. You're a funny guy. Here's your jobs, buddy. What do you want to be? We've got Thief. You could go back to Knight, or you could make your way over here. You want to do Thief? Yeah, I got it. I got the Jeopardy reference. What I was talking about iPhones. You want some more aim? If you super chat using an iPhone, Apple takes a 30% cut, Google takes a 30% cut, and then it leaves 40% for us, which is fine. Doesn't matter. It's like, but if you pay on an Android, then we get 70% of that cut, and then the 30% just goes to, Google, because Android and Google are the same, right? And they own YouTube. But just makes me dislike Apple even more. I know it. I know everyone does it. They all take 30% if they can get their grubby little hands on it. No. Stop. It's fine. I just want you to know that I appreciate your contribution, and I know it's when it comes in, I'm like, if Ernest ever checks the balance sheet, it'd be like, I just wish you guys got more credit. I'm like, no, they paid more than that. They deserve it. But Apple's happy, and so is Google. So, we're just gonna steal Gil from these corpse brigades. Okay. Once you are a ninja, every 3 to 5 levels, you gain permanent speed. Speed 10 levels on ninja, and you want to go on the first multi times before the enemy. Okay. Greed ruins a lot of things. Yep, it does. Okay. Javier, you're not in chat, man. Get the reference. You just tell me to do it. What do you want to be? You want to be Thief? Should I change you?
I can do this.
You can't equip the bow, right? Are you just gonna... Steel Gill's good for farming. JP and experience, though, is the JP that you really want. I want to be a Dragoon, so until then, yes, more aim. Okay, that's fine. I don't know how to become a Dragoon. That mean that we stay as an archer, and then...
This will serve.
Okay, we've changed to an archer, and then let's look at job progress. I always push the wrong buttons. I've got my How can you... Is this a dragoon? Or this looks like it's the dragoon, right? So don't we have to be a thief? You said until then be more aim, but if we never go advanced, are we ever gonna be able to go on? I don't know what these guys are. I don't know what that is. That's for you to find out. Those chart helps. Thief, then dragoon. Gotcha. So Javier, should I switch your job? Go thief. Gotcha. Okay. I just need you to sit. I can't understand the story in Remake and Rebirth. You just gotta tell it to me plainly, because I'm one of those dumb guys. All right. Change job.
I can do this.
Okay. Last abilities. What are we gonna learn here as our thief? Yeah, if we just get Steel Gill, you gotta get it. It's only 10. I don't even know what you have available, but what should Ramza be? What is Ramza right now? I'm still a monk. What are we working on for Ramza here? Ooh, should I go to Geomancer? What does that even mean? Tiger Eye says there wasn't a chart in the previous versions. You were only told class prerequisites until it was unlocked. Gotcha. They had a chart in the book. You guys are like, you guys know there was a book. Guilty as charged, Alyssa. I can keep anything from you. I can't keep anything from you. No one looked in the book. What does a Geomancer do? A warrior who manifests the dormant power of the land. Geomancer's job command, Geomancy, enables a multitude of attacks that utilize the terrain beneath one's feet. Should I switch Ramza to Geomancer, or should I stick around as a monk? I feel like my monk has been really helpful in these battles. How about I wuss out and I stay as a monk for now? And anything else I should learn as a monk? First strike. That seems pretty cool. Yeah. No, I'll finish chapter 1 and then we'll get a little spicy. But I don't know. Delivers powerful bare-handed attacks, even if not a monk. Oh, okay. So this is just so like I can be a knight with like out a weapon or something. Recovers HP upon moving. Movement cannot be reset for units with this ability. Interesting. Hey, breadcrumbs and gaming. Brawler and life font are fun, but you have the monk's best skills. Okay. And life font. What's life font? Oh, okay. Yeah, those are cool. What's the benefit of like getting this? So like later on you can just punch people? But all the other ones don't really need. Okay, well, let's do this. I feel like that could be fun later on, but I'm not even going to equip it because I like the movement. All right. Okay, I did that. Now, my question is, when I go to an outfit or when new things are available, does that mean that like this town has certain things? Do I have to go visit all the other towns in order to check what all the upgraded stuff there is that I could even use? Confirm choice. We'll buy and equip for Ramza. Okay. You say yes, all types. Magic City, Castle Town. Yes, for town shops. Wait, is it yes that they are all in this one outfitter, or do I have to go visit all of them? What do I need to do? Okay, you can have ring mail. Everybody gets ring mail. Castles have armor. Trade towns have foreign cities have caster stuff. Yes, visit them all. Okay, you guys rule. Thank you. We have a silken robe already, so we're good there, right? That's the best MP I have so far. What about oak staff? White staff. A staff carried by members of the clergy. It can stop death's slow creep. When attacking, it has a chance of removing doom. See, I didn't pick that one last time because it's only if I get doom cast on me, right? And I'm like, it doesn't upgrade anything other than that, and it's really expensive. But maybe I'm dumb. Okay. But Jolie's got her flame rod and her silken robe. Okay, Alyssa. Oh, Mage Masher. Look at this. That looks like a spicy knife. The memories of the early game. What are you talking about? We've been playing this. This is my 10th stream, Tiger Eye. Early game. I'm crushing this. Created specifically for the purpose of fighting mages. This knife has the power to rob its victim of speech. When attacking, it has a chance to inflicting silence. That's pretty cool. Yay, new knife to spend all my stolen gil on. That's true. You did steal all the gil. All right, I'll get it for you. You deserve this, Alyssa. Plumed hat. Let's see. You know, you can have the better hood too. How's that? And you can have the ring mail. Let's just get you all the goodies. You're like rocking leather plate. MP's up. Leather plate. Wait, aren't you in leather plate? Why does it say it's an upgrade? Seems weird. I'm going to get your ring mail. I'm going to keep battle boots on. All right.
This is your grand. You won't be
There you go.
disappointed. Don't forget your old gear.
Tiger Eye's been watching whatever blind through his YouTube will show me. Well, sorry you had to come into our like theory crafting one. You're like, get to tactics, man. What does Ramza have? Okay, we already got it. Okay.
May I be of further assistance? After all,
May I be of further assistance? My OCD has to have 10. I like how I only have Phoenix Downs and potions. I'm like getting too strong for that. Tavern.
Welcome. Make yourself at home. Rumors, eh?
Oh, there's new rumors. I haven't even read these ones. The Corpse Brigade destroyed. The Corpse Brigade, the worst band of outlaws to terrorize the Galleon. Is that how you pronounce that? I don't know. In recent memory, has been defeated thanks to the combined efforts of the 4 great knightly orders led by the Order of the Northern Sky. The order has announced that some 700 of the brigands have been captured and more than 3,000 killed in the campaign to bring the Corpse Brigade to justice. Wow, that's a big deal. When we play these little battles, you fight like 5 people on the field, but when you read this stuff, it makes it feel like a big old war. The brigade's leader, Wygraf Foles, has yet to be captured, but a representative of the Northern Order has sworn that it is merely a matter of time before the Foles have been brought to justice. Okay, so this is like recap a little bit of the story too, right? Listen to that sweet shopkeeper's voice, guys. The voice acting is so good. The time being, I've been busy toying around with the patcher. Yep, that's cool. Figuring out gear for the upcoming battle is the only way to win any tactical requirement. Yep. Okay, this is the assassination attempt. While the Corpse Brigade has been vanquished, their leader Wygraf Foles continues to evade justice, and even as the Order of the Northern Sky work to round up the last of the brigade's surviving brigade members led an attack on the manse and esteemed house Beowulf and Egros. Their target is said to have been none other than Duke Log's advisor, Count Dystarg Beowulf. Fortunately, the attempt was thwarted. That's like when he was attacked, right? But then that's when they kidnapped
Anything else I
girls.
can help you with? Apologies. We're not offering that service right now.
Oh, apologies.
Soon, though.
Is that when you can send people out on missions?
Thanks.
All right, cool. Cool. We got to go do all this stuff. Oh, I'm going to flee. We don't have time for that. Outfitter.
Take
Fitting.
these off.
What do you got for me? Nothing. Ring mail check. Battle boots. Okay. Javier. Wait, you don't even have anything? You're a thief and you don't have... I got to get you that sweet dagger. White staff again. I don't want to buy the white staff. Is that weird? Am I dumb? Okay, I don't see anything new here, guys. Am I crazy? You're doing it wrong. Being overleveled doesn't matter. Oh, really? Can't overlevel this? Tiger Eye says, I'm at Gorder Slums in my tactics game. Yeah, but I'm already level 8. Not until later chapters. I deduced this based on the numbers during the battle. I wanted to make sure I had core abilities. Give the good stuff, Spencer. I'm trying, man. I'm trying to give you the good stuff. All right. Well, there's nothing here. See? This one's a bust. I'm out of here. I'm out of here, you merchant of city of Dortor. We're going back to Egros Castle. Can you always flee? Will always work. We're good.
Looking
Outfitter.
for art in particular. Who needs
Looking for
outfitting?
art in particular. Looking for art in particular. Oh, there you go, dude. They've got the Mage Masher. Okay, we'll
This is
confirm the
your
choice.
lover.
Anything new for you? Nope. Wow. They have weapons, but that's about it. You got the Mage Matcher. Okay, we're good.
That eye away.
That was it, right? I think we got everything. You almost have to spend about 10 hours in the beginning of the game to learn all the skills required to beat Rat's Nest. Don't scare me like that. I'm not ready. All right. Let's advance the story, y'all. Get ready for some sick voice acting.
But why kidnap the girl? And a Beowulf at that?
Oh, yeah. Bad move.
We had to take a hostage. There was no other way to escape.
Well, Gregoroth, you just messed up royally.
Then why not release her once you were clear of your pursuers? By bringing her here, you've done naught but ensure that House Beowulf and the Northern Sky come hunting us in force.
Oh, yeah.
Do not tell me this madness has taken even you.
Liken me not to Gustav. Have more sense than that faithless cur.
That's cool. So this is like the infighting, because Gustav was the guy who like kidnapped the Marquise, right? He kind of took matters into his own hand, but Wygraf is the leader.
Think, Wigraf. We've lost the greater part of our number, and the Order closes upon us from all sides. She is of Bale's blood. 100 swords, 1,000 could not buy our freedom with such ease.
So we fly. What then? Know you some happy haven in which we may alight?
Listen to this voice acting. Know you of some happy haven in which we may alight. That's some vernacular I would never use.
If we flee, they win once more, as they have always won. We must make for our children a fairer future than the past you and I have known. They must not suffer as we do. The stones we cast might raise only the smallest of waves, but see how they crash upon the shore. Waves rich with our blood, 'tis true.
Then for the sake of the cause, you order us to our deaths?
If by our deaths a single drop of noble blood should water the earth, they shall not be in vain.
Wygraf's committed to the cause. It sounds like Gregoroth didn't realize how far he was willing to go.
Foolishness. The only blood the earth will drink will be our own.
Oh, there you go. Let's see what you guys are saying. You kind of have to when enemies do 30% more damage and deal 30% less damage as on tactician. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm just playing on night mode. You're night, not yeah, night, easy. Yes. Gustav, a coward. It's poetry. It's really good. I mean, I think it's beautifully written. I'm too dumb to like fully appreciate it, to be honest. You can press square and it will play out how it's meant to. No buttons required. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just doing it so I can talk in between.
The remainder of our forces should yet be safe in our fastness at Zeepton. We must rejoin them. Together we have the strength to strike.
So why is Argath fighting with them? That's interesting. Okay. Find out.
And if they are already dead?
Milyuda. Slain. Impossible.
Hey, I tried. Milyuda, thank you. I was having a hard time saying her name. He's blind to the fact that he lost. He's still going and it's over, yeah.
My dear sister. Not you two.
The company which slew her must approach even now. Your orders, Commander?
We quit this place at once.
Yeah.
We shall make for our fastness at Zeepton. The girl will be left here, Gregoroth.
The Northern Sky is upon us! They attack!
They waste little time. I shall hold them off here. Gregoroth, you will take the others and make for Zeepton.
Oh, this is where Ygraf makes a stand? Interesting. Guys, I'm interested in what's gonna happen.
I will run, yes. But I do not mean to die.
No, he's not gonna leave her. He's gonna keep her. Thanks, Justice. I think I got this. Right, guys? 4 units. I don't get to have all my 4. Is it because Delita's in my party? Ugh. Delita. So who am I gonna get? Who am I gonna cut again, guys? Well, let's see here. This is gonna be a big old high ground battle. Check this out. I don't know if you can get up there. Does that mean that you can never get on top of that? This is like the highest you can get. Okay. It's gonna be a fun battle. Let's just let's put Bigglesworth back here. We can. Oh, dude. Wait. Did I equip you with the knife? I did. But I don't have ranged. I got 2. All right, Alyssa. Should we make Javier sit out again? Let's make Javier sit this one out again. Because all he has is still Gil. And he's not helping us with range anymore. And I need my black mage. I need her. Sorry, Javier.
I'll do what I
Don't get
can.
mad.
Certainly.
No, we need you, Alyssa. You're still underleveled. We need you. You're a better thief than Javier could ever be. I hate that pair. I haven't played this since 2001. Darn game prices these days. I'm budding my time. Get my your PS5. Awesome, man. Good for you.
Your faces are known to me,
I hope you get it soon.
but I did not know that you would one day kill my sister. No, you deserved a better death. They did not even send proper knights to kill her.
Oh, don't talk to me like that.
She was your sister. I am sorry.
I will not flee before her murderers. I'll avenge Miluda's death or die trying.
They got a chocobo. Whoo! All right, guys. Let's defeat Ygraf. I know you're my objective, but
Right.
I want all your goodies. All right, Delita's just gonna run in like he does. He's a knight. What is he? Yep, a white knight. What is a white knight? A knight, a white knight, and then we've got a monk. And then we've got ourselves. Is that an archer? Oh, monks. Okay. Should I be brazen? Just go to town here with some I'll do it. I'll do it.
How about you?
How about you? I always, every time Ramza talks, I scream into the microphone. Yeah, it's great.
No time to waste.
All right. What you got for me? You've got a little bit of time. If I go, let's see here. You got your black magics, dude. Can we cook these guys? Oh man. They're spread out. I'm not gonna get it off before, let's see. I like to see him, okay. If I do thunder, still not gonna be in time. They're gonna move. They're the same cast speed, right? So this is a waste. This is a waste. Yeah, they'll be out of. They'll be long gone. Oh, dude, you can cast Holy Bigglesworth. Are we doing this? They're all gonna move before you, right? Hang on. Boom, 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 boom. Holy! Let's use all your MP for this one attack. I don't know, man. I'm gonna have you I'm gonna have you chill back here, actually. Because nothing's gonna... They're all gonna move. Okay, help me out here, guys. So if I target a unit with a spell, will it track them unless they move out of the way? So like, let's say I cast Holy on Boko here, or Ivalice, right? Will they... It follows the unit regardless, but if they get out of range, are they fine? Yeah, if they move, it won't hit. Okay. If you target a unit, it will follow them even if they walk away. Sure, but like, let's say like I target Ivalice, right? But then if she walks over here, then I'm gonna miss, right? But if she sticks around, then, you know. And the AI knows if I place it in front of like Ramza or something, it's gonna... She'll be hit by Holy. It still hits her, I think. Really? Okay. Well, let's get brave here, huh? If I do Holy and I like go after this gal here and just go for like a... Okay. All right. We're gonna try and nuke this girl. You're one Holy there, Bigglesworth. Targeting the unit. You can move and it will still hit. I promise you. If they move, it will... Wait. You can move and it will still hit. I promise you. If they move, it will not hit. So did I do the wrong thing? I have to intervene. A spell will follow the target if you choose the target unit and not the tile. Think of it like an airstrike. If she's targeted and the unit is selected, it doesn't matter how far away she is from Biggles. She will be hit if he's not interrupted. Unit follows, terrain stays in place. All right. Well, this is how I learn, I guess, right? Get those job points. We're just going for it, man.
Myself.
Get in there, Delita.
My sister, Tetra. You will set her free.
It's fine. Backseat game. That's what I'm saying. Go for it.
Your sister? Then you were a Beowulf, yes?
Kind of.
He is not. If it is a Beowulf you seek, address yourself to me. The girl you abducted is his sister, and neither are connected to me by blood.
Oh.
So Gregoroth has erred.
Has erred.
But surely the girl must hold some connection with House Beowulf.
So you draw no distinction between our house and those who deal with us?
Should I? Well, it matters not. There was no question as to her release. We make no habit of holding hostages. But first, we've a score to settle. You will see her free, if you live to see aught at all.
Oh, wow. Cool. That's got to make Delita feel good. Judgment Blade in the future, but we'll see. Okay. All right, Delita, what you gonna do? Just gonna chill there?
Lay down your arms, Wheatgraph. What end will more death serve?
What end did my
Getting intense,
sister's
guys.
death serve?
Hey, dude, we gave her an off ramp, and she didn't take it.
We did not set out.
What's
to
up,
kill
RP
her.
plays RPH plays RPG? No spoilers, chat. I already saw the Argath fight, but I didn't see this one.
This quarrel need not be settled by the sword. Let us treat, and persist not in this bloodshed.
Do you think anybody ever takes Ramza up on that?
You see it not. The reason we hold fast to our steel. What advantage might I hope to enjoy at the treaty table? And who would set a seat for me there? You, even were it in your power, Your brothers would never heed any agreement we might reach.
My brothers do not want this fight. Set down your sword, Wiegraf, and they will treat with you.
I've been calling him Wygraf. I'm embarrassed. Wiegraf.
Ha! No spoony bard could spin a sweeter tale.
They don't trust me, guys. Rams is the real deal.
You say your brothers do not want this fight? Tears, then. For the world you see is one beyond my weary sight.
Oh, Ramza. You're just... There's your Final Fantasy 5 reference. So Final Fantasy 4 reference.
How could this be?
Oh, you were interrupted. No, holy. Oh, it's still going. I thought I was out of range. You're just gonna die. They knew you were gonna go nuts.
My life.
You spoony bald. They did not want you to take out their monk. Say, Spencer, I was thinking you can grind the party on your own time if, like, save the main battles for us. That's fine, but I always feel bad. Like, I always want to, like, play with you guys, but we'll never finish if I don't grind the party, right? If you guys are cool with me grinding, I will. I'll play more tactics without you guys seeing. I just don't want me to show up and be like, I just did this with your characters. All right, Jolie, they're all grouped up. They thought... They didn't realize what they've done. Off-screen randoms is fine. Okay, cool. Well, black magics. Eye of Thundara. Give me sight beyond sight. I don't want to kill Wygraf though, right? Yet. Let's see. I don't know what does what. 109. Are they weak to certain things? 134. Sheesh. I can get even closer. If I just go... Oh, but I don't even... I'm like just seeing the damage. I don't even know if we're going to get it off in time. Let's see. Fyra. Will I get him? Oh, it's gonna work, y'all. Well, I think that's the move. You're gone. And you're gone. Yeah, I'll do that. My black mage, I've been leveling up for this. You took the bait, you dumb corpse brigade!
You would have me believe my brothers want this war.
Callow child. The hands that guide history's reins are ever black with blood.
Tell us, Wiegraf. Tell us the true nature of my brothers.
Think you Dystarg's hand more just? A new justice is born and dies on the lips of each man who would pronounce it.
Yeah, it is poetry.
Do not mock my brothers. My turn.
It is beautiful. All right, Chocobo, you're next, buddy. What do we got? What do we got? I've never used Shockwave before. You'd be dead. If I just do a normal attack, you're dead. And let's see, and our blast. All the same. Alright. We'll get you back up, Mr. Bigglesworth. Don't you worry. Let's see here. Let's see. I'd be okay with either choice, though I enjoy watching people's reactions when they try to unlock or try new stuff. That way you get more savvy. You can tell us what progress you did. That's not a bad idea. Opening camera, of course. Yeah, unless you have a means to res, you may have no choice. I may have no choice what? Off-screen randoms is fine. Okay. I do have a means to res. Jolie can, she's got Phoenix downs. Man, I'm really out of it. I better head to bed. Yeah, Tiger Eye, you gotta get to sleep, aren't you? You said you were a driver? Go get some rest. Haha, you have 3 turns to beat Wygraf. Otherwise, all the time you put into your priest will be lost. Oh, I'll res him. Don't worry. I know. I was just gonna like wait until they all died, and I was just gonna corner Wygraf. This is why I didn't give Black Mage innate arcane strength, which I think is called magic boost in this version, because it already does so much damage. It's unbelievable. I mean, I'm way over leveled. I'm level 15 and they're 7, so. All right, Ramza. Goodbye, Chocobo. It's over! All right. You know what to do, Alyssa. Let's see how which Wygraf really is. Should I say the same joke over and over again like we said with his sister? Let's see how rich these guys are. Yeah, you're really downtrodden, aren't you? Even at level Black Mage with an Elemental Rod is a nuke. Yeah, it's just crazy. Uh-oh, Delita's gonna start.
Right then.
Oh! Judgment Blade. He's gonna hurt me.
How's this?
Stopped you. Don't think you can run. Oh no, I can't get there because Delita's in the way. And I don't have throw items. Well, maybe I should make him sweat a little. Let's see here. Abilities. Death. Powerful magic that ravages the vitality of a distant unit, dealing damage equal to the maximum HP. And cause an instant KO. Woo! Woo! Are like humans weak to fire the most? I don't know if that'll kill him. I don't want to kill him. I want to. Here, I'll do this. We'll just play a little chemist right here. I'll give you a potion to barely heal you. There you go. Delete's a better move. But until then, let's do some chakra.
Are you alright?
Much appreciated.
Nice! So repeated jokes are a must, Spencer. You got your jokes down, Javier. You make me and Jolie laugh all the time. So I should take it from you. I'll go give him a good whack, you know. Should I make him come to us? I feel like we're grouped up perfectly for what he wants, so maybe I can just stick Ramza on him and he's kind of trapped here. This might be a bad idea. We'll see.
Me then.
Yeah, get out of here, Delita.
Right then.
What are you doing? Oh, Delita, you're just getting in the way. Ah!
Not good.
That really hurt me. Dude, Jolie barely lived. She's the only one that can res right now. Okay. We'll get you back up, Bigglesworth. I don't know if I'm going to survive it. I wish Delita would just go do something.
Leave it to me.
Oh, yeah, you're stopped. Go fight him or something. I don't care if you die. There you go. I'll take the potion. For 30.
Right.
Oh, no. This is a bad idea, guys. This is what I get for playing around. I can't get to him. %. I shouldn't have messed around. I shouldn't have done it. Oh, that'll get him. Should we give him a good... Because if I can't I was like thinking, welcome to the true boss of Final Fantasy Tactics. He hut. Yeah, I was kind of playing around because I wanted to collect all the items, you know, and I thought I could, but he's gonna wipe out all my guys. I can kill him, but I wanted to collect stuff too. Let's see here. One thing I don't like is when all the dead people just kind of lay there and they won't let me access my players. Alright, well, we'll just do this. I'll just work out, because he's the last one left. If you're not gonna let me...
The earth's wrath flows through my fist. Unstoppable and swift. Shockwave!
Shockwave! Gotcha, buddy. Now he has to make a decision. Hey, lurkers. Everybody, put a 1 in chat if you think I'm gonna pull this out, or put a 2 in chat if you think I'm gonna lose.
I must fight on.
Oh, dude, you're still alive. I love it. Are you gonna get the... Here's the thing is, though, can you get the white magics off before... Oh, it works. But I feel like we're so grouped. You know, so it's like abilities, white magics, cure. And then I do that. Let's do that. Let's do the unit, and then I can move, right? Move. I want to... Oh, wait. Let's do this. Oh, I already did. Do I stick around for the hills, or do I get out of there? You won't get healed if you move, right? But Ygraph can just take me out anyway, so... Do I just run from him and not worry about getting healed this time? And hope to give Jolie and Delita a fighting chance and just say, sorry, yeah. So that's kind of my thought process, you know? If I move, he can come for me. Which would be dirty. Bigglesworth, we're going to run and hide. Okay. See what happens.
One step at a time.
All right, Alyssa, what you got? Oh, dude, you can go all the way up there? You attack him from up there? He's your thief. Can't steal. This has to be a ranged attack, probably. You want to throw your stone? Will not hit the target. Of course it won't. All right, let's see what you got here. Bum bum. How bad are you gonna hurt this guy? Not very much. He's got parry and 67% chance. But you don't have very much of anything else, right? Other than focus. We gotta make him hurt a little bit. We'll take it. We take those. Think you can make a poll for chat, Spencer? Oh, look at you guys. Javier doesn't think I'm gonna pull it out. 1-1-2. You got this. It's not a matter of if, but inevitable. Dude, Andrew, you're still here. See? I knew Andrew was a lurker. You won't get healed if you move. That's true. Okay, cool.
Right then.
Whoa, who you gonna come get? What is that? Big mistake, dude. I scared him.
That's what I needed.
Let me see.
I scared him. My plan is working. Yes. What are you gonna do, Ygraph? You didn't know that I got potions in my back pocket with Jolie that are gonna heal for 30 HP. These sick potions. How far can you move, Jolie? How far can you move? You can help out Bigglesworth. Bigglesworth can cure Ramza, and Ramza's got chakra. Maybe we will be able to scare Ygraph off so we can collect some stuff. I'm getting a little greedy, don't you guys think? Here, let's do this. We'll just have a good old time. Buck up, buddy. My turn. I stand in front of you. Now the question is, will Bigglesworth be able to get me some heals? Are you saying you think I can make a pull for chat? Like there's a way to do it? I don't know these streaming tricks, okay? Javier says you are a regular Napoleon Genghis Kong in Battlefield. I'm good at tactics, guys. I'm not. Let's see here. What if I go behind him and just make him, spook him a little bit? I could kill him, but if I do chakra... Oh, it heals him. I'm a regular Genghis Khan. I know what I'm doing. Well, we don't want to heal him. Heal him. Then I feel like if I walk over here, he's just gonna... If I go here, abilities, martial art, chakra. No. I'm not gonna give you chakra, am I? Because you're like one below me. It's so lame! Alright. Okay, we'll go here. We're just gonna try and play this out. I want some of the items that these guys are gonna drop. Let's do chakra. I'm just committing to it, you know? Alright, Bigglesworth. I'm like sacrificing Ramza to like abilities, white magic, cure. Oh, I got cure. That cure goes further than I thought. How far does cure go? Cure. Okay, not that far. Move. What if I go like here? Can I get to you? Can I get you the cure? I got you. I feel like I'm still too close, but I'll do it. Just make sure my boy Ramses nice and fit. We'll do it. We'll see what Delita decides to do. Maybe he'll give a potion to Bigglesworth. Ah, you're worthless, Delita. Do you even care about your sister? Oh, that's right, Andrew. You've got a 4-month-old.
With this,
shout out to Andrew John Bennett. He's got a little 4-month-old that he's got to help take care of. You're a real one, man. So that's why he's awake, huh? Now I'm feeding him just in time to be a lurker. Well, thanks for the one in chat and the support. Yeah, you can create polls for chat to vote on. I was a mod for a Twitch for a year, and then some, but never in YouTube. But I know you can do it. Man, the things you must know, Javier. You were a mod? I'm lame like this. I don't even know how to respond to you on the computer. I have to like pull my phone out and be like, hey, guys, like, you're great. Sent. Final Fantasy File says you're great. That's how it works for me. All right. Yeah, I know. Right, I'm kind of... It's slightly embarrassing, but I'll own it. What if I just come hang out here with you guys and do some fundamentals? Squat down, do your focus, Alyssa. Oh, she got it. Yeah, I should... That's what I want. Oh, dude, is Weegraph gonna go, like, collect that and be totally healed? I wanted it for me! For me! And he's, like, gonna nuke me from behind. You guys should not have had your faith in me. Oh, outplayed big time. All right, see, now the lurkers are coming out. They just wanted to see me get going. Well, if Ramza dies, then we lose, right? Can't have that. Outplay this. 90%. What if I miss? What if I miss, guys? This is the stuff that you come for, right? We can't make the battle so easy. We do have another one up there. Let's go for it. Boom. I'm the only one that's supposed to get KO'd, Spencer. Okay, I can move, right? Is it gonna hit that? Okay, I did like fire on Y-Graph right there. We're gonna cast it, it's gonna go in time. But if I go there, let's do this. Let's just move you over here. Can I move to this after I cast it? Yeah, I want that. Hope that doesn't hit me. Either way, things are going nuts. She's safe on the chest, all right. I wanted it to get spicy, guys. Too bad I can't cast Holy. It's not gonna kill him though, guys. And Rams is already down a heart. What to do? That makes sense. Okay. Da 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 da. If I go here, what black magics do I have? I have fire and I have Thundara. 42 damage. I have Blizzara. 42 damage. How much is just... Wait, what? I wasn't even checking to see if it will hit. Fire? 32 with just fire. Well, we gotta make sure we go ham on Graph here. It's gonna kill him though. And Alyssa's not even gonna have a chance. Add her spell, it'll KO him. Yeah. The area immediately around Y-Graph's dangerous. Add her spell. It'll KO him. I know it'll KO him. The whole point of my tactician brain was to get some of the abilities, to get those crystals, but then we let Y-Graph pull one over on Ramza. It's over! Well, if I miss, let's give it a whirl, guys.
Leave it to me.
Delete, are you gonna help out this round? What are you gonna do? You're gonna potion her. Why is the AI so bad? Well,
The fruits of my labors.
wish me luck, guys. I got too nervous. Jolie, I'm glad I didn't bring Javier.
Well now.
Dude, that was powerful. Because he can just go pick that up again, right?
You fight well, boy.
Yeah, they are so dumb.
Forgive me.
I have a 90% chance. Don't give me a GG yet, Justice. Sorry, I'm talking over Graph. Forgive me, Miluda, but there's too much left undone for me to lay down my life now. They should have hired me.
Wait.
Rams is up, guys.
Gustav kidnapped Marquis Elmdor for ransom. It is true. But 'twas another pulled the strings.
Dude, the Argath twist coming up.
One who furnished the knowledge of when and where the Marquis would lodge along his journey from Limbury.
That makes sense because his whole thing was right. Like you gotta help me protect this, the Marquis, right? Wasn't that he was like implored House Beowulf to come help him? He was duping us the whole time.
Shall I tell you the identity of this puppet master?
I know.
It was none other than your lord brother.
Oh!
Dicedar.
I said I know.
And he acted with Lord Zalbarg's knowledge, to be sure.
What? Is that real, guys? Wait. Mind blown. It's my nasty brothers.
Absurd! Why would Dicedar do such a thing?
In the void left by the king's death, the lions will vie for power.
Gnarly. Alyssa, we were advising Spencer to play tactics on his own time in order to keep grinding the characters and only do the main story. What do you say? If you guys are down for that, I'll do it.
Log the white.
You're gonna
Gultana the black.
Log the white, Gultana the black. Those are the two warring nations, right? Gultana and white. Or Larg.
Each hopes to learn who may be counted as friend and who as foe. But such things are not so easily read. Far easier to rid yourself of those
Thank
whose
you,
loyalty
Alyssa.
is uncertain, and install others to rule in their stead. I fear Gustav, fool that he was, tired of our rebellion, and was taken in by the silver tongue of your dear brother Dicedog.
Lies! No Beowulf would do a thing so craven as this!
Ramza does not like that.
Do not take my word for it. Judge their actions for yourself. Farewell, young Beowulf.
Alyssa says, so we're talking about like being able to chat, saying I can play the game where I'm not on stream and I can help level up my characters. And Javier says, I put 1 for yes and 2 for no in chat. Oh, you're asking another stream. Okay, you're being a moderator. Thank you. But if I go down for good without reaching Samurai, don't reset. New version of me starting from level 1. Oh, you're never gonna die. I'm gonna keep all y'all alive because Spencer doesn't know how to do a pull in chat. I don't know how to do it, okay? Wait, let's see. Live chat. All messages are visible. Top fans. Participants. Timestamps, reactions. You're like, just finish the story. Why are you trying to worry about polls? It's midnight and we're doing, this is so good. The voice acting's hitting on all cylinders. We're like hearing that music. And they're like, Spencer's like a dog with sees a squirrel. All right. Wait. I didn't kill him, did I?
Weegraf! Coward! You insult my name and flee in the same...
How did he just vanish? Okay, now that was like some whisper shenanigans right there. Oh, he teleported. Okay. He doesn't have that ability. He didn't need to. He had 3,000 JP. Well, I didn't know. I thought I had to beat him. Good thing I had a high potion that I can't use. Who's gonna go back to chemist to learn that ability? Not me. Hey, shh.
Teacher!
Listen.
Teacher!
Delita, you were freaking useless.
She's not here. Where have they taken her? Weegraf has lied to us.
Yeah, he didn't lie to you, but then Gogoroth or whatever his name was like, I'm not gonna die for you, so I'm gonna bring this girl who I think is a Beowulf, and maybe that's my get out of jail free card.
Come, Delita. We must hurry to Ziekten. Teacher is there. I'm certain of it.
Not fair. Yeah, they love each other.
Why is this happening?
Yeah. I got that, Justice. That's right.
Why, Ramza? Why, Teacher?
Teacher. I would have said Tietra.
I'm sorry, Delita.
But I can't pronounce things all the time. When I'm reading in chat, I'm so self-conscious. I'm like, I'm probably reading everything that they say totally wrong. Oh, guys, I know that's the end of chapter. Chapter 1 is right there to finish. But it is midnight for me. And I have to be a responsible father. And get up with my children. But that was fun. Tell you what. She was called Teta in the PS1 mistranslation. Okay, cool. I know we go hard on the stuff at the beginning about our Final Fantasy VII remake trilogy chat. I still want to show you that video of what like a lot of people think. But hang on. Alyssa says, hope you have a happy Halloween with the fam and the kids get giant candy bars. They are already so obsessed with like we live in Utah and like Jolie and I lived in California for years and we moved back to be near family. We grew up in Utah. And they have so many more things for kids here in Utah than they did in California. California's just like really expensive to live in. I loved California. Like, it was amazing. Like, the weather, like, there's a reason why people live in California, right? but we moved back because my parents are here and Jolie's parents are here, and they can be around cousins and grandkids, and we thought this would be a good place to raise our family. And but like, man, they've already had like 6 Halloween events. They've already had like a bajillion trunk or treats and all these. They have candy already. They've had candy every day. So it's just crazy. Holidays start like October 1st and then they don't end until like the middle of January. So we're kind of in full holiday mode. We have like skeletons out front in our yard and a bunch of gravestones that I made. We do the whole fog, and we give out a bunch of big candy to the kids in the neighborhood. So it's a good time. But Javier says we are passionate about Final Fantasy Tactics, can take a backseat, specifically if you're going to grind on your own time. So let's keep the opening rants alive. Okay, yeah, so I can do the grinds on my own, and then we can just do the story stuff and the voice acting, Javier, the voice acting. And yeah, well, that's fine. Let's do that, because I will definitely play and grind up the characters on, I don't know how far I'll get, but yeah, I'm happy to try and do that. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for all your help. And again, thank you for all the super chats. I feel like Franco is like this donation angel that just like descends out of nowhere and like doesn't say anything on the super chat, donates, and then just leaves. I'm like, tell us what you feel, Franco. Like, anyway, he's awesome. Alyssa, you're so kind. You just got paid. You do not need to pay us anymore. I just love having you along for the ride. So thank you for being here. You guys are all so awesome, and it's fun streaming with you. So thanks for tuning in to another Final Fantasy Tactics stream. That's also our rant stream. Thank you to Javier. Thank you to Bigglesworth. Thank you to Toolman. Thank you to Andrew. Thank you to Justice. Thank you to, it was nice meeting you, Josh, this time around. That was really cool. Even the lurker is like Tenakoden or a Tenakoden. Like you got in and was like, outplayed. I loved hearing you just for that little bit. But yeah, Josh, it was nice meeting you. And Breadcrumbs and Gaming. Good to see you again, man. Thanks for dealing with all my shenanigans before we get to the stuff that you know about. But and Tiger Eye, I hope you're asleep. I hope you're not on anymore. But anyway, you guys are all great. Thanks for coming. This stream is like open. It's not just about me playing. I like interacting with you guys. I like talking more than I like doing any of this stuff. So thanks for being cool people. Javier says, thank you, Spencer, for your time. We are keeping you from your resting time. No, it's fine. I'm having a good time. I usually like we have 2 dogs. I let the dogs out and I just kind of hang out on my phone for a little bit. But Breadcrumbs and Gaming says, another great show in the bank. Thanks, Spencer. Thanks, Breadcrumbs. I appreciate you coming. Yeah, Final Fantasy Tactics stream. Wink, wink, laugh out loud. Happy Halloween, everyone. Yeah, enjoy your Halloween. I hope that you guys have fun plans too. You guys heard about our plans, but I don't know. Like, it's kind of weird for adults, like as we get older, right? If you're passing out candy, or if you have your own homes, or if you're in your apartments, or wherever you guys are, I hope that you have a good time celebrating it, and know that I don't know your situations in life, but know that you're cared for here, that we like you. Thank you for making our streams better and being cool community members. So you guys are awesome people to us, and you make me and Jolie happier. So yeah, enjoy your holidays. I hope that you get time to do stuff with the people you love. And anyway, we will catch you guys later. Enjoy another sick band. another wow, I'm so tired. Another sick band. Enjoy some fun music from my friends. But we'll talk to you guys later. And Dia de los Muertos. That's right. Later, guys.
listen, understand the reason why I'm sitting here, playing notes with these hands, singing words that I have planned to sing to you for oh so long. May I have your attention, please, 'cause I'm not singing to myself. You understand if it's not me, it must be somebody else. I'll let you guess. Oh, bravo, now you know that these songs are about you. I'm glad you figured it out. Oh, bravo, you saw my show, and now you see just what you lack. Girl, I know you want me back. No. May I have your attention, please, 'cause I'm not singing to myself. You understand if it's not me, it must be somebody else. I'll let you guess. Oh, bravo, now you know that these songs are about you. I'm glad you figured it out. Oh, bravo, you saw my show, and now you see just what you lack. Girl, I know you want me back.